Welcome back, everybody. It's been a lot longer than I expected. 2 weeks about. But we're back here with the emotions chart. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9.5 more to go. Wow, really? Did we really hit single digits?
We are getting there.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. That is honestly surprising.
Yeah. And I'm joined here today, once again, with Nerd Comics Inc. And
Hey there.
maybe Dempsey will be joining us later. I'm not entirely sure.
Unfortunately, Dempsey's doing a Brexit impression currently.
Oh. It's quite a good one.
Yeah. He completely left the Union, as it turned out.
So, how's everyone doing today? Started early. I'll be free in a bit to join. Give me 5 minutes. Yeah, no problem, Dempsey. Is it? Oh, it is a little bit early. My mistake.
Oh, yeah, technically.
Yeah. I see Thunderbirds fan 103, Inkman Studios. Ark, how's it going? I'll have a prompt for you to draw soon. I just gotta come up with one. Who else we got? Thunderbird fan Benjamin Neal, how you doing? Already starting off with the Xenomorphs. Love to see it. Nikolai's in the chat with a whole bunch of suggestions. Awesome. Yes, Thunderbirds fan. Nerd is here today. That was from
Hey there.
before. Currently putting out the fires, not from Brexit, though. So, when we last left off a couple of weeks ago, we had Harmony was suggested to A3. We got a certain point, and then we had to take a break to draw Harmony for a competition, and now we're back drawing Harmony.
And just when we thought we escaped, more Harmony.
Have you, Nerd, have you heard anything about that competition yet, or no?
No, I have not yet.
Yeah. I checked the website. I don't think it said where they were going to announce the winners, so...
No, it just said keep updated on their Instagram and YouTube and all of that, but it never
Okay.
gave an actual date.
Yeah. So, yeah, I still don't know if I'm super rich yet from that contest. I think that's how it works.
Pretty sure that's how that works, yeah.
Alright. So, immediately I just went in and kind of just shortened Harmony's head a little. It was a little too,
Beavis and Buttheady.
yeah, I was just going to say, like, oblong in general, because her head is very round in the show.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's much more circular. But yeah, since we're done with the line art, I think we can actually spin for the next one. It's been a while since I pulled this up.
Yep.
So we're gonna spin for the next one, which we'll be taking character suggestions for the next one, and then we'll get right into that once we finish this one. In case anybody forget how's the rules work.
It's only been like 3 weeks.
Yeah. All right. Our next emotion. Actually, I do want to check something. C5. Okay, good. I did take C5 off this. All right. Next emotion is B3, which is the one literally right next to the one we're working on. Cool.
Oh, okay.
Actually, wait. I want to redo that. And your next emotion is up in the corner. Awesome. So what
I'm not sure.
What's up?
I'm not sure if I can say. I'm not sure that I can say what that looks like without this whole video getting demonetized.
I feel like I mean, it's, air quotes, it's technically not monetized. So there really is no way for it to get demonetized.
Fair enough.
Also, Harmony's nose is much rounder than what I drew. Nope, that is definitely not right. Up a little bit. It's really hard to see. I'm working with like 1 pixel here. Ah, that's it. There we go. Oh, had D&D session in 1 hour. We're trying Extinction Fire. We're trying to extinguish a fire in a cheese shop, so that's something. That's awesome. I mean, I've mentioned before that I've only played 1 thing of D&D, but it is really a fun experience. And then crazy stuff like cheese fires happen.
Yep. People always go into D&D thinking it's going to be Lord of the Rings. It always becomes Monty Python. Every time.
True. Alright, character suggestions. We got Bone Spider, Demonica, Moxie. Speaking of which, a new, whatchamacallit, Hell of a Boss short came out recently. Just from kind of out of the blue. I don't know if anyone in chat has seen it. I thought it was pretty cool. It was very funny. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's all I can really say without this stream getting demonetized. Imagine Nerd's power absorption hero absorbing the powers from the Spider Slayers from the Ultimate Spider-Man.
That'd be cool.
I'll admit I'm not familiar with the Spider Slayers. But based on their name, I feel like I know what they possibly do.
Yeah. Obviously they slay ants. I would guess by the name.
They're exterminators. Yeah, I did watch that, and it is good. Yeah, it was really... I thought it was fun. I do like the shorts, even though there's only been 2 so far, but just the kind of world building they provide, I really like. It, like, pushes the world forward, but you don't have to wait for a full episode for, like, little pieces of information. I think it's cool. And the animations all look amazing. I feel like Harmony's eyes are kind of lopsided, but it's okay. It's part of the expression. Ah, there we go, Ark. You're looking for a prompt to draw.
Do you still have a house?
What?
I was asking him if he still had a house
Oh.
at this point.
Alright, Ark, I want you to draw. I'm running out of objects in my immediate vicinity to base prompts off of. Draw a mascot for a medieval themed amusement park. Dempsey gives you the crazy drawings. I give the more up to interpretation ones.
And I just sit back and watch the chaos.
If you have any questions about said prompt, feel free to ask Ark. I'm just basing it off of Boss Level's video today. We started playing Thrillville, and so I got roller coasters on the brain.
Fair enough.
Yeah. Ah. What? Okay, what is going on with the mouse here? There we go. Nerd here for popcorn.
Pretty much, yeah.
Which would you have? Wings of Fire Edition, Dark Stalkers Insanity, or Perils Fire Scales? I mean, one sounds, just by name alone, one sounds objectively better than the other. So I think I'm gonna have to. I think I'm gonna have to go with the Fire Scales, because Insanity doesn't sound like a good time, unless that's the name of an ability that I'm just not aware of.
I don't know what the Fire Scales is, and I'd at least rather pick something where I know what it's going to do. So I'd probably go with the Insanity.
That's a good counterpoint.
Plus, I mean, we're on YouTube anyway, so we're kind of already halfway there.
That's true. Especially in these weird times where videos that used to do well in the past don't.
I just got over 300 views drawing a hyper-realistic Tom and Jerry, so I don't know what's happening anymore.
Oh, really? That's actually really good.
Yeah.
That one specifically, the Tom and Jerry one from your, I believe it's the latest one. You haven't uploaded since, right?
Oh yeah, that was my latest one.
Yeah. There's so much detail in that one. It's insane, and it turned out so good.
Thank you. Also, Knight of Arcane's here.
Yo, Knight, what up? How is it going? That's why. That is a smart design choice. Where the streak in her hair overlaps, the lines become black. And then when they
Makes sense.
stop overlapping, there's just something about this design element with the hair streaks that I love so much, and I can't exactly place why. Chat, like, I don't know, it's such a cool design element. I can't explain it, but it's one of my favorites. And I actually tried to, I don't know if any of you caught it, but in the it has been a long week. In the latest video, I believe, the redraw, I actually tried to implement this method of drawing hair into one of the drawings. I don't know if any of you happened to catch it. It was only in one of the 4, but it was just like testing out the waters. Some reason, oh, not much. Finished the drawing while listening to the last boss level videos. I hope you found them enjoyable, Knight. The last few videos have been unhinged, for lack of a better word. But on the other hand, some reason stream gets a playback error. That's weird. I'm gonna try to pull it up, see if I get that anywhere else. Sorry, Nerd, were you saying something?
Oh, no, I wasn't.
Oh, okay. Sorry, Nerd, were you saying something?
Oh, no, I wasn't.
I've got it. The stream seems to be working fine on my app, which is concerning. But I hope everyone else is okay. Chat, put a 1. Put a 1 in the chat if everything is going fine for you. Oh. Okay, I'm gonna set it up here.
Hey, Dempsey's back.
Hey, what's up?
Hey, how's it going?
It is going quite well.
Ooh.
I lost like 30 minutes of work time today because I was working on the next video, not tomorrow's, next week's. And when I was flatting my things, for some reason they weren't coming in opaque. They were a bit transparent. And I spent 30 minutes trying to figure out what it was. Turns out I was working in a slightly off-white color. And so they were coming in ever so slightly transparent, and I could not figure it out.
I hate it when that happens.
Yeah. Alright. I need another reference of harmony because there's apparently a second. Yeah, she's got a black shirt underneath here that I failed to account for. So Dempsey, how's the new video? How have people been responding to it?
Mixed, I think, is the best way to do it.
Okay.
Not in an overly bad way, just it was doing really well last time I looked at it yesterday, and I haven't, or this morning, and I haven't looked at it since. I think it went from it's dropped from like a 3 or 4 to like a 8 or a 9. Nope, 9 out of 10 at the moment, 97 views, which is a bit lower than normal, but you know.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
We'll see. It's not massively lower, but I'm hoping to get it to pick up again when Xenomorphs happen and people who want Xenomorphs might go around. So I'm hoping to try and get a kind of double whammy on it.
Hopefully, because that's a really good dynamic to have. Also, it's like just the video overall turned out really well.
Yeah, I wasn't sure how I was going to do that movie rewind thing, but I managed to pull it off somehow from all the films where they start off for like midway and go, yeah, and then come back and it's like, I didn't quite get the full rewind I wanted because I couldn't find any nice like rewind, like a video rewind thing over the top. But I improvised.
Oh,
one,
like an
which is quite
overlay?
cool. Yeah, I couldn't find one that was like free without having to sign up to something, and I was like, I don't want to do this. I'm like, it's a Saturday. I'm just trying to get this out the door. Come on, go.
I don't know how extensive DaVinci is, like what kind of tools it has, but like I know in Premiere you can kind of make one yourself through a bunch of different effects.
Yeah, I could have added a couple glitch layers on there. I did add a kind of a glitch effect on there, and then it's the rewinding, it's the scan lines and stuff. I could add it. I've done it once a long time ago, but it was like I didn't have time to find it all. So I was like, I can do this, and I can do a rewind in the top corner, and everything is going in reverse, and I've got a weird effect at the start of it to show it's triggered, and let the sounds do the rest, which worked quite nicely.
Right, yeah.
Is it bad that Harmony looks a bit like a Vulcan in your picture? A vampire Vulcan.
Please hold for 1 second as I look that up.
Just think
Yeah,
Mr. Spock. Mr. Spock, if you zoom out a little bit,
Yeah, I can see that.
it's the way the pointy ear is and the fringe.
She definitely does look really ridiculous. The pose works very well. Alright, cool. But now we can start shading, it looks like. Alright, so no other issues, which looks good. Interesting. I'm drawing him, my derpy mascot. I can't wait to see it arc. That's gonna be awesome. Also, yes, I will apologize to to the people on the stream and in the Discord. I totally forgot to put the prompt into the Discord until just a few minutes ago. So thank you for the small reminder to do that.
Oh, is it your redraw prompt?
Yeah, for next month, the Dragons and Fantasy Beast. I announced it in the video, and then I think I forgot to put it literally everywhere else.
Yeah, probably. I do that too. It's a common thing.
Yeah, I think I put up a community post. I do have a small, vague memory of doing that, but I should double check now. Okay, good. It's good. We're all good. We're in the clear. Nerd, maybe consider making another artist adaptation prompt being based on fusing subscribers' characters with the imagination team through that fusion narrator.
That might be interesting. I don't know how long I'm going to wait until the fusion narrator and the imagination team actually meet, as that's kind of a whole story arc thing. See, it's times like this where I don't know how much I want to spoil.
Yeah. You
Quick,
could always take a crumpled up piece of paper and just go, I'm losing connection. Oh no.
Oh, sorry, I'm doing something. Not sure what happened there. Anyway.
We'll just time it in unison. And then start speaking actually going.
But a narrator, like, I'll say this and we can move on. A narrator for fusions is a really cool idea.
Ooh, this is a fun question. Funny art guys, if you were to give a Pokemon team to your narrators, what would they be?
We've got... So I feel like someone's asked this question before.
Yeah,
Or-
I've had
or
this one before on my stream.
That it was either someone else's stream or like a variant of this question.
I think someone asked what Pokemon types our characters would be.
That was it. You're right. And I've had a lot of narrator developments since said question. So let's see. I don't know enough about Pokemon. Also, hello, awesome JJ Ranger. Glad you could make the stream. Well, obviously, 50. What did I say? 50. I either said 50 and 51 would be dark, or at least one of them would be dark. So I'll throw in a dark Rye.
Diamond I know would definitely have a Skeptile, and the rest
Ooh,
would probably be like a bunch of fossil Pokemon.
That's cool.
Like Tyrantrum, definitely Dragapult.
Yeah. I
Give
know
Marcus
like
Plague Quackly.
I know like Gen, what is it, 5? And that's basically it. Whatever Diamond and Pearl was is like the extent of my Pokemon knowledge. Dempsey, any thoughts?
I'm thinking about it now. I think Nexon would have a Lucario. Demonica would have a Darkrai. Ehrenford would have Charizard X. Dino Claw would probably have a I want to say Koraidon, the prehistoric kind of like
Nice.
dinosaur with the wheel on it.
Oh, nice.
That'd be quite a cool one. And then I've got. I'm trying to think who would have what else. Who do I recognize this?
Why is Harmony so
Velocity
pale?
Raptor would probably just have. What does she have? Poor Me, is it? I think she'd have that a cute starter one.
Not nerd. Knight said, "Give Professor Marcus Plague a Quaxley." I think I'm saying that right. Which is a duck type Pokemon.
Yeah, or Psyduck.
Yeah, that I was thinking that too.
Gold Duck would be quite cool.
That is true. Golden would be cool. Ivan would have whatever Pokemon is the freakiest looking.
Ivan just gets a bunch of unknowns.
Yeah. Oh, that's actually really good. I feel like actually 50 or 51 would have at least one unknown because it kind of matches the design of them.
Fair. Yeah, actually, thinking about this, my fusion narrator actually does have a Pokemon of sorts. One time he fused an Ivysaur. Oh, no, it wasn't an Ivysaur. It was either an Ivysaur or Venusaur or something. He fused an Ivysaur with a Palamon from Digimon, and he just casually has that. So he'd probably get one of those.
Nice.
I think on mine, the kid wouldn't have one at the moment. Connor Farley, my SCP guy, probably have an Espeon. Loki, I want to give an Entei because I just think it'll be just ironic he's got this big giant guard dog. It'll be an Entei and a Houndoom. And then the only other one that I can say really, because Mana and Sessa haven't really been into stories yet. Shana the Godslayer I thought would be quite fun to have Arceus.
Nice.
Just for the whole irony.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to give one of my narrators Muck, just because why not? But off the top of my head, I can't think of who would fit best with. my first go-to is probably Plague. Professor Marcus Plague.
Yeah.
Ben, I like your idea. The kid's gonna have an Eevee. You don't know what it's going to evolve into. It's quite cool.
If possible, I can hop in after I get some lunch to answer the Pokemon question. That'd be awesome, Knight.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Now,
Oh my god, that means you've got 90% of the crew. Well, 80%.
Someone get Popcross on the horn.
He's too busy doing somersaults into the lake.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also,
Or face planting on a trampoline somewhere.
if Knight is... I assume Knight means via Discord call.
That's what I'm assuming too.
Why can I not find them? Where is their... Am I going insane?
Ben, I like your theory, but I can 100% confirm they are
There we
not
go.
the same person, as I said in the episode as well. Mana and Demonica are not the same person, or Erenfold and Nexum are going to have one hell of a falling out.
Oh. I already sent a friend request tonight. Cool. So then, when the time comes, should be able to add them with no problem. Cool. I like when things work out. Harmony looks like she's in a completely different style from the rest of the chart.
Well, you're just doing the theme for the art competition, continued onto another dimension in the motion chart.
Yeah, we're never free from House on the Outline. I'm actually going to become a House on the Outlands channel now, everybody. Despite the fact that the show has a total runtime of about 10 minutes.
5 seconds.
Well, there's like 6 episodes, I'm guessing, in the first season, and like they're not much longer than like 3 minutes each. Convert to smart object. This is A3. Harmony.
Oh, there was another question as well. Where was it? Something about dragons. Oh yeah, Ark said, if you were to create a D&D dragon, what type would it be?
Please hold for 1 second while I look up what kind of dragons there are.
I would make a dragonborn, just the dragon humanoid race. I'd make a dragonborn as the dragon because it'd have all the strength of a dragon and the size of like a slightly taller human. It would probably be able to fight them neck to neck, but also it'll be durable as hell.
My first D&D match I ever played, I was playing a Dragonborn Bard who specialized in Vicious Mockery, and I accidentally got sent to jail because I accidentally killed a bartender with a roast.
I
think I said something like, I walked up to the bartender and I was like, oh, I need to offer my condolences. And the bartender was like, why? And I said, well, I killed this cave troll on my way over here and I can't help but see the family resemblance.
That's it, you killed someone.
I'm sorry, that really got me.
Well, I'm watching the stream right now and I see you dying, so apparently this joke will have a kill count of 2.
Hey, I'm still alive, so it's fine. I could just hear him dying. It's like somebody's dying, so unless something in the audience gets annihilated too.
I thought this
Anybody
was...
else?
I thought it was like a boss level specific thing or a specific thing with my friends, but I have... It's either me or the other people. I don't know who to blame yet. Either I have the worst timing in the world to take a drink of something, or everyone else has the worst timing in the world to tell a joke as I'm drinking something. Jeez. I'm okay.
Good to hear.
We're good.
Well, this is going to be his shortest stream in history.
Actually,
Well,
it'll be the
actually, you wouldn't
longest,
be able
'cause
to
I
turn it
won't-
off.
That's exactly what I was gonna say.
Like, imagine the YouTube revenue, though, if you died on stream and just weren't able to stop it.
They demonetize it, so you wouldn't get that much. Someone would
Right.
find it. Someone would demonetize the whole thing and you lose it. But there was just a side note. There's a case of somebody who, true story, years and years back on YouTube, they pre-recorded the live stream and played it as an alibi for them committing a crime.
Oh.
I'm not going to go into what it was because it's a pretty bad crime, but it was actually, they actually did that and thought they'd get away with it, except for things didn't match the chat and the timestamp, and then they could tell it was actually a recording being uploaded when they looked into it more. But yeah, it was there's a whole documentary on it somewhere on YouTube. Ironically, the thing about it on YouTube is on YouTube.
Oh my goodness! Wow. It took
But this is why
It took a little bit for all those words to register. That's insane.
yeah, but it just proves to show that when people say, is this live in the chat, they're actually asking because you can upload a video, stream it, you can play a video streaming live from your computer that you pre-recorded as a live stream for how long you want it to be, uploading, and it'll just stream live as it goes along.
Wow. I've seen people do that. What's his face?
Nice here.
Nate Wants to Battle used to do like streams of just his music, like a kind of radio thing.
Hello.
Hey, what's up?
Not much. Just relaxing almost too much where I'm not getting anything done, which I should be getting stuff done.
I know that feeling.
So your first accomplishment for the day will be answering the Pokemon question here to get you going.
I actually got something done like right before the stream started, thankfully. But yeah, thinking about the different narrators. That is definitely a little bit to think about. I definitely think Max would have like the Clink Clank line because they're the most animatronic looking because they're like all gears and stuff. That's the main thing I can think of. Well, not all of it, I guess, but I was like,
It is
yeah,
a
I can
hard
do it, and then
question.
yeah.
Oh, Velocity's going to have it for me, but she's also going to have a Tinkertonk.
Ooh, Tinkertonk, that's a good one.
Because they got the big hammer, aren't they? Just like...
And then I could possibly see maybe Galvin having that. Like, it and like any Pokemon that's good for like crafting. So like at least one fire type. Maybe like maybe Heatmore. I want to give someone Aggron, but that might just be me just like liking Aggron a lot.
That's kind of what it is for me in Darkrai. It kind of works
Yeah.
with the Demon with 50 and 51, but it's the coolest looking Pokemon.
I mean, it is.
I thought-
good.
Kind of thought Galvin might get like an Aegislash or something. Maybe a Honage.
Yeah, no, I see that also. Honestly, also thinking about it, probably also Surledge. God, I don't remember how to say their name. The ghost sword.
Oh, Surledge.
Yeah, Surledge.
Oh, that'd be a cool one. I do like that design. There's a bit of shame that the only difference between the shiny was the eyes changed from blue to yellow.
Rip.
Could have done the blades changing color as well a little bit, you know, or the purple armor turning, I don't know, pink. Something. They've done it plenty of times before. But no, that had to be one of the hardest ones to spot in the game. Trust me, I know. I played it. It is not easy.
I don't think I've ever caught a shiny. Granted, I've only played 2 games, but still.
I've caught quite a few. Funny enough, I've caught technically 2 shiny Pokemon during Nuzlocke.
Whoa.
One was a shiny, one was a shiny Tentacool, and one was me and my sister were trying to do like Diamond and Pearl Soul Link, and I found a shiny Geodude.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was
my
like,
kid. Sorry, I was gonna say my kids Nuzlocked me on the game that they got for Christmas a while back, the Pokemon Scarlet, and I spent 4 hours around the starting area until I caught a shiny Marrow, and I was like, "Well, hey, I can move on to the next bit. I can actually do something." 4 hours later, I'm still going around the same area looking for another one. Nuzlocks aren't fun.
oh, I find them fun, but everyone, yeah. I did also in Scarlet get a shiny Smoliv that I have named Super Salad, and shiny Cacnea that's now a Cacturn that I named her Bandit.
Nice.
At some point, I do want to draw like a sort of cowboy bandit looking character that's based off of Cacturn. I just haven't done that yet.
Yeah. I have a picture saved that I found off of Reddit. It was like a meme or something, and I'm like, hey, the meme basically set it up perfectly for a video idea. I just have to get to it at some point. It is long buried deep in my photo gallery, but I'll find it at some point.
Yeah.
Character suggest SCP-3000 as a character suggestion? Oh my goodness.
That's just the backdrop for this sheet, isn't it? Isn't SCP-3000 that whole facility that's got an automated process to
No, I believe
survive the end of the world? Was that the other
SCP-3000 is
one?
the giant sea snake. Yeah. This one, this is SCP-3000. This terrifying monstrosity. Oh, God, I hate this one so much.
Oh no, I'm getting Mario 64 PTSD.
Like, it's terrifying, but it's also, like, my favorite one.
Great, so
Oh.
everyone looked at that one.
That one that looks like Prisoner Zero from Doctor Who.
Yes, exactly.
Ooh.
The giant sea serpent.
Yeah, I had it suggested on my comments doing a video of Deadpool versus the SCP Foundation. Can you imagine Deadpool meeting the Shy Guy? Or the hard to kill reptile? Just the Shy Guy with his attitude. He goes, yeah, come on, let's take a picture. And he just poses for a selfie with it. He wouldn't care. He just do selfie moment, let's go.
Yeah. Inkman's. Okay, first off, I'm going to put 2 more minutes on the clock for anyone to get their character suggestions in. And then we will start our next vote. Inkman Studios, to answer your question, I don't remember entirely its abilities and stuff, but I know that A, it's massive, B, it secretes some kind of gel or liquid with psycho... No, that's not the right word. I don't know the right word.
Psychedelic?
Yeah, something like that. Psychedelic properties. And also, the closer you get to it, like, you just it's like feelings of existential dread or something, the closer you get to it. It's awful.
Like it could just cause existential dread by existing, but
Yeah. I mean, if you're that deep in the ocean, you're getting existential dread no matter what.
That's just the pressure.
Yeah, true.
Under pressure. 45,000 tons of it.
Question: how would your narrators draw themselves? Who would have the skills of a 3-year-old, and who would have the most beautiful self-portrait? 51, definitely on the 3-year-old side of things. 50 and Ivan would be somewhere in the middle. I feel like they would try. Like, they would try to do their best, but not fully grasp the full understanding of it, I think is the best way to describe it.
I kind of want as like a, I think it'd be funny. I think for, drawing skills of, like the 3-year-old joke, I kind of want to think it'd be funny if it was Whitney. Like, she's able to make like cool, kind of awesome looking mech armors, but can't draw. Like she just draws like, childish scribbles or whatever, and somehow is then boom, able to make mech armors. I think like probably the best drawer, I would probably give it to maybe either Dreamweaver or Amelia, with I think Liz being kind of a little bit up there, knowing a little bit, and then most others being kind of over the place.
Right.
Yeah, so best drawer. Dino Dude is kind of just a self-insert, so he would kind of have my drawing level. So I don't know if it'd be egotistical to say out of my narrators, he would probably be one of the best out there. But as for worst drawer, probably Van Helsing.
See, for me, Loki, Aaronfold, and Dino Claw would be the best the best drawers out the narrators. Loki, just because it'll surprise everybody. Being a humanoid cat, being able to draw would be quite funny. Dino Claw, because he obviously studies and makes notes on dinosaurs, he's drawing all the time. And Aaronfold is an adventurer. He's probably had to describe or draw beasties that he's slain over the years, so he's gotten quite good at it.
Yeah.
Velocity would be a 3-year-old in drawing, literally. She wouldn't be able to colour in the lines. The kid would probably be intermediate between the two. Nexum, I haven't decided if he can actually draw well, or he's got a device that he wears that lets him draw well. That people can't see. Just takes over like the suit in the tuxedo, like the nano things. It says draw well. Done. Really cool mech armor design.
All right.
Whatever he's thinking.
Polls going up. 6 minutes on the clock. We'll see who our next character is.
Well, I have to vote for it, so I can't. I'm biased. I've got to. Although you've had practice on this one now, so you should be able to get it from memory.
Ooh, memory.
There's one.
I love the way he didn't let me finish the sentence where he went, yeah, it's like from memory. It's like, oh,
I don't know about that.
You're like, oh, crap.
I don't think any character on here, even my own, have been from memory.
Yeah. Beep.
Yeah. Thinking a bit more, I think Dreamweaver would be like with like bug types, have a lot of bug type Pokemon. Like, of course, at least one spider, but I'm partially thinking maybe I kind of want to just do Joltik because it's small, just a small one. I don't know why, but I'm also thinking of like having that she would have like maybe like Ninjask. And though I'm also thinking like for Liz that she would have like a Scolipede. Could also have Ninjask. I'm also thinking like Illumise and like a Alolan Meowth, since that's the dark type one. I could see her having like some bug, but also like being dark and poison.
Ooh,
I guess I could. Yeah, thinking a little bit of like who else. I want to give someone Cricketune. I just don't know who would be like the funniest to have that would have Cricketune almost.
I feel like either 51 or Professor Marcus Plague would have Bidoof.
Oh yeah, Bidoof, the god.
I feel like I want to draw some fake one now.
I need to do that too. I want to. I like, anyone seen like True Green 7's
Yes.
recent one?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, well, he did the extra evolutions on top of them, so he took like Golbat's or Zubat's final evolution, and he redid it at the start of it. That was quite cool.
Yeah. Like, there's a version I've been wanting to do of the Fakemon where it's kind of like that, but it's with like the different Pokemon that have like the different forms. Like how we have now, let's say, with using Meowth as an example, we have Kanto Meowth and Alolan Meowth, and that's, you know, a normal evolution line. But now we also have Galarian, where it evolves into Berserker instead of Persian.
So
And
regional variants.
Yeah, like a regional variant of Berserker in like Alola and Kanto was one idea, and like doing that also with like with Zigzagoon's like final evolution in Sword and Shield. I do not remember how to say its name. It starts with an O. But that was like kind of like one idea. But also another one that from watching that, I don't know if anyone else has done it, but giving like an evolution to a Pokemon based off of the different held items. Like how, you know, Onix evolves into Steelix, you know, by holding a metal coat and then trading, but that's beside the point. But like, say, what if we did Onix and gave it like I'm just going to use a Thunderstone because that's just the first thing that came into mind. And we get like an evolution that's like a rock electric, kind of like a Alolan Geodude. But like, yeah, where it's like maybe have like electric crystals or something.
That's cool.
Now, I've seen him get other Pokemon artists from YouTube on there, and they've done something like that for handheld item way back in the video, I'm sure. And the only other thing close to that I've seen by another channel is they hired an artist on Instagram who draws Pokemon and Fakemon, and they basically take different countries in the world and they create regional variants of the Pokemon that live there, and some are like the original starter ones. But you had like it was almost like a Meowth, but you say it was in Germany, or somewhere like where the Vikings are. You go back to the history, and he actually designed them based on the normal Pokemon, but they had the twist of they fitted into the previous era, like a couple centuries back, like Victorian times or something else. So they actually had a slight variant differences to them to match that kind of like cultural reference from that country, which is quite cool. And then obviously when he evolved, then they had, you know, like the Persian Meowth becomes like a Berserker. This one became like a Berserker, but instead of having like the rough, scruggedy like fur, it had like rather super curly fur around its beard on its face to look more Viking-y type stuff, which was quite cool. But yeah. I'm trying to remember my original point now. Yeah, but handheld item ones would be quite cool to do them, because you could potentially really stir up the evolution lines for any type of Pokemon if you used any of the stones or
Yeah.
evolving items that you can get in the game.
I feel like one of the first ideas, I don't know, one of the first ones that just came into my mind when I thought of it was just Gligar, who is just one of my favorites. It's been for a while, well, because we've had like a plush since very young, and then also since Gligar got to be on like Ash's team in Gen 4, so that was very fun. And I don't know, just Metal Coat was like the first, like one of those items that came to mind. So like flying steel bat, it just has like a cool idea.
Oh, I can see your red face, and I've just seen the word duck scare. You are quackered.
At least I was respectful though. I didn't make it audible because I didn't want to interrupt anybody.
I saw you silently, violently shaking around. I was like, he just got duck scared.
We need to set something up on the stream that he presses a button after it happens, and someone just makes like a slam sound effect on animation, and the words just quacked or duck scared comes across, and then it just goes quack. And he'll forget it does the quack sound. He'll forget it does the quack sound, and he'll jump a second time every time he presses the button, and it'll be even funnier because it'll be like double duck scares.
I
4
do.
years later, alternately, KyngPin, you just go back, collect every single time you've been duck scared, and make a whole KyngPin gets duck scared compilation.
Oh my gosh, a duck scare compilation.
No, you do that like every year. So like at the end of 2020, let's say 2024 for sure. Like you just do a compilation of all the times.
Yeah.
Times. It's like a 3-minute, 4-minute video at the end of the year.
Yeah. Well, I'm working on compilations for boss level, and one thing I've learned is it's never like whether it be shorter or longer, whichever one it is. It's always not the timing you expect for something to be. I don't know how to really explain it, but it's just like oh yeah, there's like a few good points in this episode, and the video is an hour long already.
Yep.
But what you do is you build the compilation up after each live, so you add it into a video, and then by the time you get to the end of like a 3-hour video, when you want to take a week off, you've got it sorted.
Yeah. I probably should have been like, what I should do is I should start marking them down as they happen, so I don't have to go back and skim through 3 hours of footage to find a 30-second segment.
Yeah.
That is
Also, I think Demonica won, so
Yep.
2 on the board.
Nice.
2 on the board.
We got, it looks like 3 Pop Cross. 3 Pop Cross. 1 Nerd, 1 Night, now 2 Dempsey, and technically 2 me. So, make sure to keep those OCs coming, everyone.
I've now got Chuckle Brothers in my head.
You got what?
Chuckle Brothers. You probably never heard of them. It's like an old British show, but it was a
Okay.
Chuckle version, and their favourite saying when they messed everything up was "to me, to you, to me, to you," and they go back and forth until they destroyed the set. When they're carrying stuff that's really stupidly carried. So
That's funny.
well, Ben says, imagine duck scared getting venomized, or is a duck getting corrupted by one of the Archon demons? I like the venomized idea better.
Yeah. That would be cool. I also, was it Ben who said it? Or... Yeah, imagine Duck Scare goes across the different multiverses.
Duck Scare Pokemon line. Or maybe Digimon, since it's like, very cyborg-like.
Oh, that's true.
You need to title the episode Duck Scare, Enter the Quack first.
Sometime I gotta pull this up. This, expression chart just to, do stuff.
Yeah.
Like at some point I really want to do on like a stream, take some of those draw the squad poses, if you've ever seen them, and have like the vote be on just where the different characters are.
Oh, yes.
In
Now I
the
know what you're
pose.
talking about.
Yeah, like
That would actually be really cool.
yeah, like I know a lot of times it's usually like, oh, it's all these characters from like the same like show series,
Yeah.
but it kind of also would be kind of funny, like doing it on like the stream. Like, okay, people, who do we want here? Who do we want here? This will be random as heck.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
No, this has been, I'm sure I'm not the first person to come up with this interacting with the chat for an art thing, but it's been really fun, and I really like getting the chat's opinions, perspectives, or input on what to do.
It's like that meme I've seen occasionally recently. Like, what do you think about this, chat? Stop calling us chat. But it's like actually talking to chat this time.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess that is what the joke is.
Chat, is this real?
No.
No.
Everyone say no in chat.
Just flat, quick no.
Duck Scare as a dinosaur, Duck Scare as a Spider-Man, Duck Scare as a Megazord. Ooh, that one's interesting. Oh, no.
I was in chat at that time. And I'm a mod, I can get away with spamming. The power. KyngPin takes away my mod privileges.
No.
I have like an old design that is like a fan, like Megazord for a YouTuber, and I sometimes really want to work on that digitally. That was like some cool designs for Megazord, but also like, how do I now make you look good? So I sketched it out, and then, oh wait, now I have to digitally do it.
Yeah.
I discovered something in my last video.
Yeah?
Xenomorphs are a lot harder to draw than Transformers,
Fair.
and a lot more time consuming. It is ridiculous. Xenomorphs look a lot more simpler to do, but oh my god, they're not.
I haven't done either.
Yeah, I'm
Outside
scared
of,
to touch
like-
either of them.
I want to do Transformers. I love Transformers. I just have to figure out how I want to draw them. I'm probably going to look a lot at probably like, you know, the early cartoon a little bit, but also look at like Transformers animated, because yeah, there's some, you know, non-organic shapes, but there's also some organic shapes. And I think one of the things I would say especially that I notice is I work really good with more organic looking shapes than non-organic, which probably need to practice anyway on doing, but that's what I feel like I've noticed a little bit with my art.
Yeah, so the Gen 1, the original ones, are the less organic. I find them easier, but if you find organic easier, and Transformers animated, that style where it's more curves and then inside the curved lines to the arm rather than blocky bits here and there, would probably be easier for you.
Yeah,
Let's down to that.
probably just a lot of also practice to do.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Dempsey, I want to severely apologize. DeMonica's looking very goblin-like at the moment.
That's fine.
Alright, I'm hoping the hair will aid me.
I don't know. It's something about the fact that we have, you know, the goblin face next to a very what is going on face on the left is just a very fun dichotomy.
Yeah.
Along with Dino Dude's cheeky grin on the right. Just like, yeah, Goblin. Harmony's like,
Meanwhile, she's just standing next to her going, oh yeah, I'm definitely talking about this in Nexum's therapy.
Fair enough.
Yeah. Nexum, do you remember the time Monica turned into a goblin? She turned into a what?
Yeah, it was on this emotion chart, and Aaronfold was there. That was weird. But anyway, she turned into a complete goblin.
Wait, what do you mean Aaron Fold was with the Monica?
Yeah, Aaronfold was crying. Apparently, he remembered his whole tragic backstory thing.
He's still on about that. Poor guy can't get a break.
Yeah, he's next appointment. Anyway.
That was perfect timing. I look up after he got to get a break, and KyngPin's just scrolling on the live stream to Enfold going,
And dude just slowly goes through all the narrators and giving them all therapy.
That would actually be a really cool idea for like a good way to frame a video for storytelling.
"Well, give them all a therapy session across the multiverse."
Okay, Duck Scare. Now, how did that make you feel?
Quack.
Quack, quack.
Very interesting. Now let's open up about your childhood trauma here. I see, very much. Sorry about hearing all that. What's your opinion on Marcus Plague?
Quack.
I do need I need a sound effect button.
I just love the way I did that, and it's like I see, I got all that. It's like you got all that from one quack. Wow.
Yeah.
It's almost like Johnny English. Whenever someone mentions Mozambique, we took your micro infractions, and it's like that in one split second he's doing about 1 million different facial expressions. Yep, we got it all.
Zach, sorry. I've been having stuff in my throat since technically, I guess 2 weeks ago.
Oh.
A week ago?
Thanks.
I don't know, whenever the heck I got COVID.
Oh, you're gonna have a bit of a cough for a while then.
Yep. That was fun to have right before the collab.
I'm
Sorry,
amazed. I'm amazed you actually got all that done as well.
Like, I got all the art was thankfully done, like, beforehand. Excluding, like, Whitney's headshots. And the background used for the moment there. But yeah, the fact that I got a lot of that done is editing, especially like when it happened, because like I was like mid dealing with that
Yeah.
when I was getting the editing done.
I mean, major props for being able to power through that and get it done.
Oh yeah, definitely hats off to you on that one, because I probably wouldn't.
Yeah, like the first time this is the second time I've gotten COVID. The first time I didn't really do much of anything except for just like sit in my bed. This was before I lost my laptop due to many issues, but just sat on my bed and watched Total Dramarama on HBO Max. The fact that I was watching that, I could have watched a lot of other stuff, but I watched that. It just means that my headspace I was not in the headspace to be able to watch something that would have my attention more.
That's fair.
Like, there's a lot of good jokes in it, but it's also a lot of weird stuff. So if you go in, expect a lot of weird. But there's some very...
That's my motto
fun
whenever I wake up. Expect a lot of weird.
You should put that on a t-shirt and sell it in your store.
Yeah.
Expect a
Bad
lot of weird. KyngPin Creations 2024. Just have that as like a quote for 2024 with your logo on the bottom.
The Frog Devil. Frogs are okay.
Oh, here's a question for you guys. Anyone introducing a new narrator anytime soon on their channels? You don't have to go into details, just like a yeah, no, maybe.
Give it 25 hours.
Oh. Damn, that was faster than I was expecting.
Heck,
Very quick lore drop there.
in a way, I don't know if they have much of a personality yet, but a new world is technically going to be shown in a video. I just don't think that narrator is going to have I don't know yet what I want their personality. Granted,
Yeah.
this video is probably in like going to be out in like, I was going to say 2 weeks, but this is like the end of the week, so I'm aiming to get a bunch of stuff out starting on the 19th. I'm probably gonna I don't know how well that's gonna work, but that is an aim. But there is at least one new narrator world in that. The only other thing is we do get to see I guess they're technically a side narrator or a side character in a different series. They technically have been narrator once, but so it could be, so they're technically going to be a narrator in a video. We've seen them before, it's just they're not the main narrator usually.
Ah, nice. I'm excited. That sounds really fun.
I roughed out like the designs of what's going to be in it. What's in it looks pretty cool, at least.
That's cool. I know.
No.
Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
I mean, yeah. There's some stuff I really want to try that's more original story, you know, kind of like what Popcross has been doing.
Right.
I've just also know that there's some planning I want to do. And I'm kind of been a bit bad on doing that at times.
Yeah, the planning part is really hard because at least I personally like don't group that in as part of like the schedule of working on a video. So I have to find extra time to plan out things multiple weeks in advance.
Yeah. I think when it comes to it, I'm like I either already have like an idea a little bit going in, or I'm just see what happens and
Yeah.
hope it works.
Yeah, the thing is I start planning things and then something happens and all of my plans go out the window anyway, so why bother at any point?
That is also true. That is also true.
More than valid.
I've actually managed to plan quite well. I've practically got the redraw script done,
Oh, nice.
bar one or two last minute arrivals if I selected them. So that's practically done. I'm working on the script and nearly finished the second artwork out of potentially 4, definitely 3, for that one. And that's also going to have like a fourth wall feel to it because of how I've set the story up. I've got to do it this way. just Deadpool doing a fourth wall, then you know, just a normal story with a fourth wall in it anyway afterwards. Happening, and then it's going to be quite an interesting one because this one is kind of a setup for a future video, which should be quite good. I'm hoping I've done the story well enough not to give anything away properly, and for the next video that this continues on from doesn't give anything away for what the main thing is in it. But I still haven't decided if I just want to announce the main thing in the next video or not.
Right.
Right?
It's one of the two ways. I can either keep it as like the origin is like not known, it's a mystery, and see how long I make it go until it's got to be revealed, or I can just outright blow the origin out of the starting bit and just do the shock factor and keep it going. So it's hard to decide which one I want
that's
to do.
a tough call.
Yeah, my next video that I'm working on is probably the single most lore-heavy episode I've done, but I also know it's going to take a while, and that a bunch of people have already guessed the plot twist, hence why I'm revealing it earlier. But yeah, don't even know when I'm going to have the time to get that one done, though. It's going to be very extensive.
I tell you what, I'm amazed at how many times people guess my video, whether it's at some or put a comment that's practically spot on to do with my video. It's like the Deadpool one. I put Deadpool out there and someone went, oh, Deadpool, I've got a Xenomorph army for you. I'm like, I didn't even put anything about Xenomorphs in this. How did you know? And
Yeah,
it's
like, I dropped one. It's like I dropped one tiny detail, starting to set up a series of dominoes, and then first comment immediately guesses the plot twist. And I'm like, well, that was a lot of setup for next to nothing.
Yeah, I'm hoping mine was because the picture had the little camera on his shoulder. Anyone who likes Xenomorphs in the Alien films would have recognized it because I tried to draw it in the same style. And certain things on Deadpool's kind of like teaser picture where the shoulder pads were similar style to the the soldiers on Aliens when you see them. So I tried to put little bits in there, but I was like, just before it goes out, it's been out a week, just before it goes out, one person jumps on there and then says they're going to attack Deadpool with Xenomorph army. I'm like, oh my god, you've just basically got half of my story there. Just the reverse way round. My one's Deadpool's creating the Xenomorph army, but still.
Yeah. Yeah, I've definitely had a lot of that. Like, for when we did the recent one with the collab, we did have someone guess that about like Jean Grey was going to be a phoenix. I think technically Nerd said Harpy, which I did also at least.
Yeah, that was me.
Yeah. I've also gotten some interesting, ones. Like the preview image I did with the mech armor for Grovile. I got someone was thinking that I was doing like fantasy armor for Hell of a Boss, which I can see why, because how I drew the leaf on Grovile's head and gave like this sort of like sections off, I can see why it can be read as
Right.
similar to like the horns. But there was definitely some that I'm like, how did you guess this? What? I'm trying to find it. I just means I have to just go back to any of the previews.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm like, look at this. Yeah, no, this one's very obvious what it is. Let's see. I'm also looking back at the other random posts I've made in the community tab, and also like the fact that I made the post about the Suicide Squad Isekai, which my sister says is actually kind of good, and I should check out at some point.
Oh, is that out?
Yeah, I think I don't remember when exactly. It's been a few weeks. That's all I know.
Oh, wow. I didn't even know.
Yeah.
I'm guessing it's on one of the streaming services, right?
Yeah, it's on Max.
Yeah. Alright. I shall look into investing to watch it.
Ark, I'm not. Ark says he's got a question. Is anyone does anyone talk to old Popcross people like Kurt, Coz, Werv, and others? It's like I haven't ever since I left the server and started trying to focus on mine. I haven't at all, personally.
Yeah.
Don't know about any of you guys.
I didn't recognize those names. What was it? I don't know. I think there was a point where like I was watching Popcross just kind of like casually, and then I failed to catch up for a little bit, and then went back like a year later and to where I am now. But I'm also notoriously bad for staying up to date in Discords. I'm part of so many that I just forget to type in. So I don't recognize any of those names, even though I was part of the Popcross Discord.
Yeah, I've never joined it, so yeah, I don't. Sorry, I don't know those names. On a different note, I did find another one of those ones where I'm like, Yeah, no, I don't think anyone's gonna guess this, or maybe no one is. And it's one of the images I did for the Has-Been Hotel in Mortal Kombat, where it was a Galahound guessed it. I feel like I feel like I see Galahound a lot guessing correctly.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Galhound's
like-
really good at that.
Very, like, really. I want to say perceptive. I want to say. I think that's the word I want to use.
Yeah.
They are very perceptive.
Perceptive or observant would be another good one.
Yeah.
I saw a question for all of us. At least I think so. From Ven, do any of you guys have OCs that just exist? Which I'm assuming means like not a narrator role.
Yeah, they follow that up with, they have lore, but you don't know what universe to put them in or whatever. So you've got OCs that are already like kind of fleshed out, but you don't know what to do with them yet. I think is what Ben meant by that.
So more so like OCs that just don't have a place in the main story of our channel. Got it.
Yeah, they just exist. They're not actually incorporated yet. To which I replied, I do, since I haven't introduced them. Because I've got a couple. One, you know about KyngPin from one of our conversations.
Yes.
And then I've got one that the stream knows about from drawing it, but I haven't actually introduced yet, which is that Caesar Eldris. And then I've got a potential 2 more original characters that don't exist yet that got to be dropped in. I mean, technically I've got 3 if you count Mana Blaze, because she was talked about, not actually introduced.
Right.
But then again, she's technically got blown up to smithereens at the end of the video, so I don't really know there's much to introduce it. Unless I have a flashback video where I can introduce her, I don't see that her having a place to exist in the universe at the moment.
Right.
Yeah,
She
being blown up kind of does that to you.
Yes. And then I've got a potential other. Actually, I've got another one who's another kind of like a Deadpool personality narrator, but I haven't fleshed that one out yet, but that's in the works. I kind of like the idea of a fourth wall breaking character, but then I'm thinking, what would happen if I had more than one fourth wall breaking character? How much chaos could that cause?
Probably a lot.
So much
What if-
chaos.
And what if they're on different teams, but that means they both knew about everything from the other teams?
Ooh.
They just watch the other team's videos.
Yeah, literally. Just you know, it's like one helps the narrators, one helps Loki.
Wait, that's
This big
actually a
clash that's
really.
happening's gonna be
I really like that.
interesting.
I really like that dynamic.
It'll be quite interesting. It'll be like, wait, what? And the question is, then what do I? Oh, I've just given myself an amazing idea.
Make sure to write it down.
I am.
Do I have? I have characters from, like, I guess you would call them other projects. That don't really, like, they have a concept but not a story. But in terms of the like the stuff on the channel, I can't remember off the top of my head. Demonica looks spectacular, KyngPin. Oh, thank you, Ark. It's such an, air quotes, off-model face from what I have for reference. So it's really interesting trying to get all the design elements to work together.
Looks good so far, though.
Oh, sweet. Thank you.
Yeah, like, I do agree with you. I have a lot of characters that are more so for other projects ideas, where they probably wouldn't have any interaction with, you know, the normal videos, or what is currently our normal videos.
Right.
Those, and you know, a lot that I'm not sure where they would go. Like, I did when I was doing like those daily drawings. There's a few that were ideas for characters in like one story I have. I had like a lot of ideas for it. It's just wouldn't be a video was one of the ideas, was one of the things with it.
Right.
But yeah, like some of these designs I definitely want to keep. And I mentioned it in the Insta, I'm willing to mention it here, that at some point I want to use Cynthia, which was another character I designed, which was technically the last character I designed for during my daily drawings.
Right.
They are going to show up at some point in a video. I have the fact that I have like actual lore for them is kind of funny, but it's like the thing is, I was like kind of wanting, in a way, use this character, or at least the name and part of some of the backstory stuff, in two different things. One in a video, one in totally something else. But
Right.
that's just because of just the idea with it.
Yeah.
Who knows what will happen?
Yeah.
Well, the complicated thing about my multiverse is that technically these videos are spin-offs of the graphic novels I write. Like, they take place in the same universe and are technically supposed to be more side quests for the characters. So there are just a bunch of characters that only exist in the graphic novels that I haven't brought over to the videos yet. I probably will do that eventually, though.
Right. Okay. That's cool.
Honestly, something kind of similar. Like the idea, kind of, I like to try of just doing, you know, kind of like what Popcross has been doing with the stories, and then maybe later on turning some of these stories into like graphic novels.
Yeah, I've been thinking
what-
about that too.
Yeah, because there's at least one idea that I really want to do. I'm willing to start it out with as just the videos, where they would at least be like, we have the story and we have like a scene being drawn. And I really want to, but I really also want to do a comic, because I have just like this panel. I don't know where it'd probably be closer. I don't know if it'd be like an arc in like the future. But I just have like this really cool idea that I want to do, and I already have in my mind how it would kind of look almost as like a comic, or even just as an animatic, but just the formatting for it.
Ooh, I never thought about animatic.
And like,
That's a cool idea.
oh yeah, like I've tried and failed to do a lot of stuff, but there's a few like animatic stuff I've tried and do really want to retry, because those are fun. I think it's just also a lot of time to do, and I'm already bad enough on how, if by normal videos of at least maybe every other week or at least 2 a month, and I want to get better.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, at some point, and I haven't been able to do this yet for obvious reasons, but I want to kind of maybe do a like animation stream, where either I go in with some basic knowledge of how to animate in Photoshop, or I just completely learn from scratch, and then just animate something. It'd probably also be a longer series of streams, but I want to animate a boss level bit.
Oh yeah, there's definitely some good moments that, like, I've also been taking notes. There's some stuff that'd be funny.
Hey KyngPin, I have a question. What do you do for a daily routine? A YouTube channel and selling art online must take a lot of hours. Yeah, it does take quite a lot, and it's a little nerve-wracking that I've noticed my artwork taking taking longer than usual recently, which isn't that comforting, but basically I spend about Sunday to Tuesday doing artwork, into Wednesday if I need to be. Then Wednesday, Thursday-ish is scripting, and depending on how fast I get those done, also recording days. And then Thursdays are, editing days, which usually take the whole day, even though on paper, editing shouldn't take as long as it does. And then I'm usually finished with videos by Thursday. All goes according to plan. And then it's focusing on boss level for the rest. But the thing is, the reason I'm able to do that is because I'm a bit fortunate with where I work at the moment. I work from home a lot of the time, and what I do isn't exactly consistent per se. It's very, like, there's work year round, but I'm not gonna say what I do for obvious reasons, but it's very seasonal depending on when there's high points and low points in business. So I do end up having a lot of free time, and I won't lie when I say I feel kind of guilty about it, because if I had a regular 9 to 5, there's no way I could be doing all that I do. So I have no idea if I answered the question, but that's what my schedule is, usually on a weekly basis.
Basically, KyngPin makes a lot of his downtime worthwhile.
Yeah,
all work for him.
That's true.
As someone who does work a normal 9 to 5, it's very hard to kind of do this at the same time.
Yeah.
Yep, I can vouch for that. Doing a 9 to 5 and then getting everything else in before YouTube stuff, and then YouTube stuff around family things and everything else that's going on is a fine balance. And it can take the smallest little thing that most people be like, yeah, it's not a problem, to completely throw it all out, and for us to make a show. What am I gonna do now?
Yeah, like like an example I would say right now, I kind of have a lot of. Right now, today is a day off. I have scheduled a lot of days off. Some of it is so I could to help people, well, because they are traveling for when they return. But some of it is also I'm taking the time off, and I had plans. The plans involved getting stuff, a lot more stuff than I've currently gotten done. I've only gotten one video done. Well, one of the 4 arts for a video, and started on another one. Because I'm also, in a way, still tired from just work in general.
Yeah.
And
That's very much the duality of days off.
Yep. That's also one of I think my general issues sometimes. Oh, I have a day off. I'm going to use it and do stuff. And sometimes the first day does not happen.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's usually the second day that maybe even half gets done. Because that is also the thing. Though, I should probably, in general, just go to a different job. Because there's definitely parts of my mental health that my family is worried about from being at this job. And think I should go somewhere else. Which I probably should.
Right.
It would probably throw off a little bit on stuff. But it's probably best to still do that. I know a game store nearby that's like I saw online looked like they were hiring. So it's
That sounds fun.
Oh yeah, I definitely need to. It's just also I have to set up apparently they want like a cover letter on top, and I'm like, okay, I have to write a cover letter.
Oh, I hate cover letters.
And job applications are the worst because they'll be like, okay, file out all this information, then write a resume. And I'm like, I already wrote everything that was in the resume in the file.
Yep.
Why would I have to write it multiple times? And then you have to write a cover letter. I'm like, just read the resume or the original thing I sent you.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that could be fun. Like I've been, especially more recently, I've been like learning a lot of stuff involving like Warhammer 40k, and
Ooh, nice.
literally half of this store is like technically it's like technically one building, but they're like two sections, like they're almost like two separate stores, but they're still connected. One is a lot of board game stuff, and the other is a lot of like the tabletop stuff. So it's kind of like a lot of, there's literally one half of it is literally just mainly Warhammer. And so I've been learning a lot of stuff recently because it's kind of interesting. Plus, at some point, my cousin is doing like a campaign in like the fantasy Warhammer. So I'm learning a bit about that. So I could technically be like, hey, I'm learning stuff about this. So if I could, maybe talk up to customers about lore, like I know a lot of, well, maybe not a lot on D&D. I could probably need a refresher, but I've played a lot of D&D. I'm not looking to be a DM because that's a little bit too much work. But at the very least, being like, hey, this is some D&D stuff I could, and be like, knowing that could probably be helpful.
Yeah, I might be wrong, but I think all the other hosts of boss level host some kind of D&D game. And I was talking with, well, I've talked to multiple on separate occasions, but like they're explaining the world to me, and I'm like, that is so much detail. How did you like A, come up with it, and B, remember it all?
Yeah. Like my sister's been working on a campaign that at some point we are probably going to be playing in, and she's honestly, I think she's been having like a lot of the ideas for the world for like years or so. So like she's definitely written a lot of stuff down. I think it was mainly, technically I would say I think she really started working on setting up the campaign in like December, but that was partially because her job let her go for no good reason.
Oh.
Yeah. Like, she was doing great at her job, and they're just like, nope, bye.
That sucks.
Yeah.
I still want someone to do a job application for an interview that were like that TV advert where they put, or that meme where they put their name as just for the first, no, sorry, you're for the first name and hired for the surname. So when they walk in and go, you're hired, and then just reply, thank you, I can start on Monday. I know it's a meme, but it'll be amazing if someone actually did that for real.
Every job I've had, they've immediately had me work. Like, well, almost.
Like starting effective immediately,
More-
that kind of stuff.
Yeah, which is not easy when you are still have another job that you are doing like the 2-week notice sort of thing.
Yeah.
Heck,
Yeah.
technically
No. Sorry, go on.
technically my current job, I went in and I was thinking it was just an interview or something, and it was like, nope, you start now. You're, still you're technically doing what you're doing, but you're starting now. Like, okay, I didn't think I was there yet. Granted, my job back then had less people than we have now.
Ah, okay.
So I was like the fourth person there.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Like I started working there in 2022. I have to say. So yeah, they were still having, because of COVID, still had like less people.
Right.
However, while we have more people than then, a lot of them are being sent to other stores to work. So we don't really have the people to do the full 8 to 8 they want to do.
Right. Yikes.
Yeah. It's partially why I think a lot of us are even more tired, because we don't have the people. And it's been getting very busy I was going to say for some reason, but part of it is the fact that we don't have enough people in the different areas, so...
Gotcha.
Yep. But yeah, she's looking really good.
Demonica?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, like currently, like for some reason, like on my computer, the stream is not working super great. Watching it live, and this is just my end. On my phone, I can watch it perfectly.
Oh, that's even weirder.
So, yeah, so pretty much I still have it up on my computer, but mainly so I can like look at chat.
Right.
So while I have like on the phone the video up.
I think I went a little too light with the hair color. It's starting to look like what's her name? Meggie, I think it was, from that Sunset Paradise, that glitch show that happened before Murder Drones. There we go. That looks a little better.
There is something about like the orange of the hair that does feel familiar. I just don't know who I'm thinking of.
Yeah. I don't know if that's the exact right character, but it looks familiar from something, but I can't place it.
Yeah. I'm personally thinking, I'm thinking probably some sort of anime,
Yeah.
but
What, like
Yeah.
any redhead in any anime going?
I mean, but also with like the lighter part up top, and how in general how long it is, because I'm not, because looking at it doesn't make me think of like what's her name, Asuka from like Evangelion.
Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't make me think of her. But like there's definitely something
Yeah.
that this drawing is making me think of. I think it's also the expression that is causing that also.
Yeah, the expression is insane.
Yeah, it's insane. It's making me think of something.
Galahound19 has a question at the bottom saying, "Hey, random question. How hard is it to sell your artwork online?"
Very.
Extremely.
Very.
It doesn't matter how popular you are, unless you market it the right way, which is tricky to do, and you've got a lot of people with like a massive fan base. It is difficult to sell it online. It's even difficult to sell it at a Comic-Con.
Yeah,
People come around going, "Oh, I see them. I like that."
I've made one sale on my art. You want to know which one it is?
What's the duck scare?
No, it's the one I bought for myself.
See, he's buying his own merch. That's where he went wrong.
Yeah. I've had some sales on Redbubble. I don't think it's technically been enough to be able to like, hey, you can actually now have access to the money, but
Yeah.
I think maybe 5.
That's good.
Yeah. I mean, I
Yeah.
have a consistent. I have one patron on Patreon.
Oh, nice.
Wait, a paying Patreon.
Yeah, no,
That's
yeah.
one more than me because I've got 12 free members and 0 paid members.
Yeah, like, no, I have like, I don't know how many free, which I don't have anything on there for free. I'm sorry. Because most of the time, anything I post is, if it's going to be everyone can see it, it's going to be on like all the other stuff also. So there's nothing free there. There's probably some more stuff I at some point should do for Patreon. But again, at the moment, since I only have one person who, like, thank you so much. It's no one here. I know that because it is technically a fellow player / DM for my D&D group, who while we haven't done any D&D in a year or two, because partially because my schedule at work was not really consistent, and it never really lined up with some of the others, especially since good maybe half of them are technically in Europe.
Oh, wow.
So yeah, but like he's a great person. Sometimes I have to technically remind him of the rewards, because I posted like, hey, time for the monthly stuff at the beginning of the month, and like, you know, sometimes those stuff can get lost.
Yeah.
If you have a lot of stuff, especially because he's also technically a mod for a Discord and Twitch stream for a YouTuber that I follow and watch. Maybe not watch as much recently because he hasn't been playing that many games that I'm like interested in watching, but someone I've done stuff for and still like check out for. I mean technically 2 of my most popular videos are animatics for this YouTuber, and they are very popular. They're some of the only stuff that has broken 3K views.
Nice.
But that's also because they are also very old, or at least 4 to 3 years.
Galahound wants to know what site do any of us recommend selling our artwork on?
I mean, we only like you and Dempsey and Popcross use Teespring or whatever it's called now. I use Redbubble, and I don't have any problems with Redbubble. Well, they technically, I think you have to technically be very careful with words to use, because like some stuff you can kind of get away with, others like I haven't updated that in like since I think I made it like last year or so. So at some point I do need to retry putting stuff on there. It wasn't liking I was putting on like the Mario and Luigi animatronics, and
Right.
I mean, I don't remember what I didn't say. I don't remember what I said, so I might have to like, retry using different words and see how
Yeah.
that works.
I don't know how strict Teespring is with that. I know there were a couple instances where I put in words, and it didn't put out the poster. It didn't give me a reason as to why I didn't do it, but I just went through it. I typed in the title, and it's just like loading. Uh-oh, error, didn't go up, but it wouldn't tell me why. But my guess is certain words. So when I did the zombie Rocky from the Lackadaisy Zombies one, I forget what the original name of the piece was called. But it wouldn't put it through, so I had to change the name on that. And then for one of the second boss fight where I did the orchestra guy with the big hammer, it did not like the name Thor Kestrel or whatever it was, and my guess is that Disney probably flagged that one.
Which seems a bit weird considering it's like based on ancient mythology and therefore should be in public domain.
Oh, it
Yeah,
very much should
but-
be, but Disney doesn't care about that.
That is also true.
Hence why it took so long for Steamboat Willie to become public domain.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm looking up, like, I'm not signed into my Redbubble, but I'm just pulled up the link. Like, currently, technically, the only ones up are the 4 Minecraft stands,
Oh,
which
nice.
somehow, somehow, at least I would say, the one for My Song Knows, which you did in the dark, which was the Blaze turned into a stand.
That's a good name.
Yeah. Like, which in the, title for the piece, it does say My Song Knows. I feel like that would have been maybe if they caught something on.
Yeah, I feel
like,
like
at least name.
that's a flag. That's a air
But it
quotes
should have
red
been a flag.
Yeah,
It didn't, but
interesting.
yeah, like Sleep When I'm Dead. I don't remember if I put dead or if I didn't have enough room. Because I might not have had enough room because I still wanted to say stat sheet.
Right.
Yeah. Or maybe it was like, no, you can't have dead in there, which would not have been surprised.
I feel like it's probably that one.
That
I
is
feel
also
like
true, yeah.
I feel like I had dead in a art piece, and Teespring is like, can't do that.
Yeah. Creepin' American Pig had like no issues. Because they're just a word and 2 words.
Yeah.
They are both songs. I think technically there are multiple songs that are just called Creep. I just don't remember all of them.
Well,
But,
there's
you
like
know,
102 covers of the Radiohead song.
yeah. And not just covers. I swear there's at least... I've heard on like the alternative station I'm on, listen to a lot of. That I especially listen to because I get to actually get some gorillas on the radio.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. It's mainly a Clint Eastwood and Feel Good Inc., but
Yeah.
it's something a little different. But like, I swear there's a different Creep song because like, I of course get like the but I'm a creep.
Yeah.
But there's also another one I just don't remember who it is off the top of my head that does it. And
I feel
get
like
that
I
a
know
lot,
what
so
you're
it's like,
talking about, but I can't place the artist either.
Yeah. I'm also now just thinking, what stands that I've made that I'd probably would have like an issue if I put their names in there? I'm just trying to think.
Probably
Cold
anything
as Ice?
named after
Maybe.
Metallica.
Don't think I have any yet, at the very least. They might be giants. I can probably see an issue.
Yeah.
The Scientist, definitely not.
Yeah, no, that you should
Diamonds
go
and
with
coal, though. And what if I just actually typed in stands instead of just trying to look through my folder of art for the videos? Hypnotic, no.
I do have a question for all of you in a second. I want to answer this one first. Will there be a new episode for r/boss fight? I do not have like a set date planned. And actually, thank you, Ven, for reminding me. I wanted to do something. I wanted to put out a poll regarding the boss fight videos. Boss fight format. But I do fully intend to do another. I do intend to keep the r/boss fight redesign series going. I just haven't. I don't know what. I think a little bit of it was I was put off, air quotes, by it, as the second one didn't perform nearly as well as the first one did. But like doing the voice actor fusions, which admittedly are doing air quotes worse and worse each one I do, I still like doing it for the fun of it. And so I'm going to, regardless of how well I think it's going to do, I do plan to make another, whatever I just said, r/boss fight. I just got to find good posts for them, because there's a lot of, I'm on that subreddit like every day, saving ones. I'm like, okay, this could be good, this could be good. But yeah, it's just about finding which ones that I think I could really do a good job with.
Like randomly looking back at these stands, I'm like, oh man, I have like so many stand ideas. There was like when I first was like starting this, I came up with quite a few ideas, mainly because I figured out, hey, here's a song that works with turning with a character, so I can use it when I turn them into a stand, and I just have to do it.
Yeah. I know that feeling. Oh, hey, this is a really good idea. Okay, when are you going to have time to do it? Good question.
Yep. At some point, I really also want to redo the first Pokemon as stands. The one that's me just talking while I show them.
Design note style?
Be like yeah.
Yeah.
Before I was like, because it was like, yeah, I'm not confident enough yet for a narrator, and then immediately got shouted out. I'm like, maybe I should start doing that now. Like, I would especially say, doing like, especially the Gyarados one. I definitely want to, like, I love like the head of it, but like there's parts of like the body that just look, since it's very like, it just doesn't look right because it's supposed to be Gyarados, but it looks very normal snake-like. It needs more of the circular kind of
gotcha
thing. The Cubone is still one of my favorites. It's just like really love how they came out, and I'm like, oh yeah, I want to redo it. How do I top that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Got some comments from Ben, or actually a couple people.
Yeah.
Ben says, first off, yeah, KyngPin, you also haven't done a voice actor fusion recently. Technically, yes. Recently feels like a weird word. It's only been a month, but because I've done them in such quick succession, it does feel like a while. But don't worry, one of them will be coming out within sometime in August. So don't worry. And I just have to go through and pick out, because I really like, so obviously there's a lot of voice actors I like to do, or I would like to draw. But I really like with this one, with the emotion chart, having the community and having like, oh, hey, at the start of the drawing, here's the people who have suggested this voice actor and what specific characters they wanted to see. So I have to go through the past few episodes and pick out which one I want to do. And then Knight, you got a suggestion from Ben to turn, what was it, Skylanders into stands.
Yeah, I can see that. I will say there is a stand video coming out hopefully soon, or at least this month.
Sweet.
Yeah. There's definitely been some where with stands where I've gotten the name and it was like immediately it was like, this is the character. I'll let people guess. I'm going to say two of them. That one was mainly just listening to the radio and like I heard this song and there's like, I know the character. The song is by Stone Temple Pilots. It's called Dead and Bloated. I have an idea on the character that this would go to.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if anyone will guess, but I can actually give a hint. It does involve something I have mentioned today on this stream.
I think I know it. I'm not going to say it, but I think I know it.
Yeah. And another thing is another good song that I figured out the character it would work with is Rainbow in the Dark.
Ooh, Dio?
It's another...
No, wait.
Yeah, the Dio song.
Yeah, that's what...
Yeah. I have a character in mind for that. There has also been times where I've been with the stands where I've been kind of wanting to do like I used to do before really starting these videos. Those you technically see as like some of the older ones when they were just speed paints, where I drew like a character and and gave them like a stand.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I've been kind of want to get back to that at times also. Like, yeah, I want to do the character as a stand, but I also want to draw a character with a stand, like if they were in that universe.
Yeah, stand user and stuff.
Yeah, because that is originally what Rainbow in the Dark was having the idea of who it would be as like a stand for this character. And I still think it works to that, but I definitely would also use it for the character as the stand. And also like Ben, like I think there's like Ben also suggesting like Skylanders and Spider-Man, like that would also be good. There's honestly a lot of good designs for Skylanders.
Yeah.
And like could definitely be used in stuff. I could definitely see like there's some, at least with Spider-Man, a little tricky. Like I love doing them. At the same time, it is kind of hard.
Right.
Which like if I did the stands one again, because he also suggested that, I would probably kind of have to do what I did with technically it was more so especially done with Bassett, kind of also with White Album, where I would have to also fuse the stand user into it, because some of the stands I think it can work very easily, but those I think are usually going to be like usually with some like the main characters. There's where I can just use their stand. I definitely do want to at some point get back to the Spider-Man. I don't know when the next time that is going to happen.
Yeah. It's always a bit hard to figure out when to redo a series. Or like bring back a series, I should say.
Yeah. I mean, I guess there was one I was thinking of doing. It would be a second Spider-Man, second time turning them into it. And maybe I'll try to get it out in October. There's also like Venomized. I definitely want to try to get sometime soon.
Yeah. I used to do those kind of videos. I actually kind of forgot about venomizing things. I've seen Gallahan mention this a couple times. What do you think tomorrow's announcement will be regards to My Hero Academia? I didn't know they were making announcement tomorrow. Did they?
Damn, I didn't know they were done. Apparently,
they're done.
Well, that's what I also saw Gallahan mention.
You mean like with the season, or just like completely?
Sounds like I think.
Oh, the manga, like you mean?
The manga. Yeah, like I'm way behind. I haven't watched anything since the first season, and when I watched the first season, I think the second or third was out at that point. So
I left off on 5. I think it was season 5. So I'm very behind. I know like 7 is currently either done releasing or like releasing weekly.
Yeah. Like I'm not entirely sure why I haven't, besides being distracted. Like my sister, like she had watched more and she just doesn't care for it. But she's also not like she's like certain superheroes and certain stories that are done. And so she's not like me, who I've watched a lot of the superhero cartoons when they came out, honestly, through the early 2010s, and being taken to them more often than her with my dad. And I will still be like questioning why my dad took me, a kid of, I gotta figure out when this movie came out. Oh, 2007. So they took a 10-year-old me to see Ghost Rider in the theater. I do not know what he was thinking, or if he like somehow listened, why he listened to me if I suggested to go watch it.
Yeah, that movie.
Oh, like I like Ghost Rider. Or now I can easily tell you, like probably first maybe couple years afterwards, not so much.
Right? Yeah. Like how you. Oh, Ben, why you gotta call me out like that?
Ooh.
So I think I forget when it was, but I think it was around the time that I started this, that the stream for this day. So I think whenever I started the emotion chart, I was debating between what I would do for the stream. And I think the debate was between venomizing the Glowing Queen before the second episode of Digital Circus came out, or doing the emotion chart. I think it's clear which one I've chose. But I also didn't expect the emotion chart to take this long.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, at this point, you also have Princess Lulu and Gummy-Goo to venomize, so.
And technically the Fudge.
I mean,
not sure how you would make a goopy thing more goopy, but
not
you
a
know.
clue.
Yeah.
Not a clue, but
Oh, good luck with that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna need it.
Yeah. I mean, I remember that when I originally first had the idea to venomize Pomni, it was like, you know, it was after you did the second one, and you didn't seem like you were going to do a third one, and so I was like, okay, I'm going to do it at some point, and then you did the third one.
I'm
with
sorry.
Vietnamese. No, it's like it was. No, of course you should have. Everyone, but if you really wanted to do it, of course you were. I was just like, but I was thinking of the joke of like, fine, I'll do it myself. If you didn't do it.
I mean, yours
But,
came out really good, and that's like ever since I started the channel and started talking and working with all of you, like no matter what, if we all take on the same idea, like we did with the Power World stuff, we're all gonna end up with something different, and that's I really like seeing that.
Yeah, I agree. There's definitely some stuff that everyone has done that I'm like, I kind of want to try. How would I would design this?
Exactly.
At some point, I need to get back to trying to draw dragons. It's just, dragons are
They're
hard to figure out.
Yeah.
There's me here sat there thinking, dragons are easy. Other stuff's difficult.
Well, that's the thing for me. So, like, the dragon he's technically been introduced, just no name and/or image, and barely any personality. The
So
dragon
he just exists like Ven wanted earlier.
pretty much, but like I have a story arc for him. The problem is drawing dragons is very scary.
Oh, I can 100% agree with that. Also, the same also with a story arc with in the dragon world at the very least. Yeah,
Yeah.
same. I think that's also a goal at some point. A dragon episode is a goal. Oh yeah, 2000. Yu-Gi-Oh! Monsters as dragons. Yeah, which means I need to practice.
Yeah.
I also got to change the second part of the 2000 goal, because that isn't going to happen anytime, well, I guess technically anytime soon in general, because I still have...
What is it?
Yeah, on my original goal sheets, at 2000, I was going to design, because this was assuming I was already going to get these done, designing a mad version of Gwen 10.
Okay.
But like also had it be a mad Gwen 10,000, so it's like the future version.
Oh wow.
And then designing fusions of the but I would also have to design what a mad Gwen 10 would look like, plus how a mad Gwen 10 version of the alien would look like.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's also why for 1000 I changed some parts. The fact that because I was going to do a mad version of Ben 10,000, which I still want to do, but I also got to figure out what I want to design my own version of the different mad aliens, because there's only 5 canonical ones.
Oh really?
There's only 5 canonical ones in the show. There's concept ones that are, made by the official crew, but I
Right.
don't want to use them because they're technically not the same. Also, I have to try to make sure that they are made by them and not fan ones. So
Yeah.
because this was back when I was doing a lot more of the Ben 10 stuff, like the fusions, which at some point I do want to get back to doing some of the Ben 10 alien fusions. Those are fun. It's just also, I think some of those ones it's kind of been hard because like trying to come up with the artist notes is kind of hard at times. Like, yeah, I know what I'm doing at the time, and then when I'm like, okay, write it down, so what happened and what I'm doing, and I don't know how to explain it.
Yeah. That is an issue I run into sometimes. I'm like, I don't really know what I'm gonna say about this, and then I actually get on camera. I'm like, oh wow, that's 10 minutes of footage.
Yep. at some point I still want to at some point do artist notes shorts
Oh, that could
for
be a
some
good
of
idea.
these.
Yeah.
It's just, again, hard. I don't know, Ben. I'm not. Those are ones that don't even have like. Well, Spitter does. I don't even think there's any designs for Steak Pick, Shellhead, and Sandbox, because those are names I definitely have remembered. Aura Ash mentioned in the ultimate overhauls as like they haven't had actual designs, so he would design them first and then make ultimate versions.
That series isn't finished yet, right? They're still doing.
Yeah, no, he just started doing the ultimates for Omniverse, so
Sweet. That is a fun series to watch.
oh yeah, those are really good. Honestly, just in general with like the art videos that both Orash and Technically Crow did, like when they did the 5 years later for like during the Valentines for like the different love interests Ben has had,
Yeah.
and when they did the gender swap, they did like a really cool female Kevin 11 amalgamation that was really good. Because they didn't do it like one for one. They changed like where the different aliens were, and it looked really good.
Oh, cool.
Which like at some point I definitely also want to do like an amalgamation 10 aliens, because honestly that'd just be cool. I haven't a 10 character one I want to do that I've had in my mind for a couple months probably. I don't know if I would do it on stream and then just do an edited version,
Right.
because that is definitely one idea. For certain ones, do what Jazz. I don't know if I haven't watched any of his recent stuff, so I don't know if he still does it. But I know for some, like when he did like the YouTubers as superheroes, supervillains, where he would do them on stream and then edit it down. So like I might do that.
Okay, yeah.
I just also got to get back to doing the streams, because that one time I did it was no real issues. It's just then also the drive.
Right. It was a lot of fun though to watch. Also, nerd Benjamin Neal says you lied about your SCP video not being a cartoon character's SCP.
I mean, did I really though? Did I? Yes, but anyway.
I need to do an SCP. Like, I technically more at the beginning of the year was trying to do an SCP video. I might at some point still just use the same art, though I only remember one of the pieces I made for it looking really good. So
Okay.
I don't know if I redo it, because also I'm just trying to figure out the narrator. I'm partially rethinking of like trying to do a narrator and have him partially be inspired by like the soldier from TF2, where they're like, yeah, kind of just like have like the idea of like, yeah, they're a scientist, but they're also kind of a soldier hunter, so like they've actually have gone out to get some of these SCPs.
Right.
And is like somehow actually fought and survived some of them, is like the idea. But it's also just been a lot of ideas have definitely been thinking on how I would want to do the narrator, because yeah, I've thought of just doing them normal, I guess, very Dresden, and yeah, I guess mainly it's just Dresden, and at least off the top of my head, like for sure is very serious. Or it gets like how Dreamweaver is also serious.
Right.
Though I guess that was part of the joke with Dreamweaver, since the first time using them was with the SCPs as Spider-Man.
Right. Maybe have the SCP narrator for Night being turned into an anomaly.
I mean, that's kind of funny. I'm seeing what it could be. In my head, I'm thinking of just like how how the narrator in Monster Prom is actually just a character.
Yeah, I found that out recently.
Yeah, but something similar to that could be kind of funny. Though I've also, for SCPs, I've thought of having different ones. Like, yeah, I have like where one is kind of serious, but also still has like a little bit of screws loose. But also, but then also the not serious one.
Well, that was so. After I came up with Plague and did the SCP episode, I had the idea, and kind of like what you said, I had the idea to make an SCP narrator, like, not so much the narrator in Monster Prom, but my interpretation of the narrator, where he talks in that like radio-like voice, and then his way of showcasing the SCPs would kind of be like an auctioneer or like a 1930s salesman instead, where it's like, and up here we got SCP-3000. This horrifying monstrosity will kill you in your sleep, or something like that. And then it came as soon as I made the first SCP episode. I'm like, why did I do that?
Oh, that's pretty good though.
Yeah. Okay, I will admit I totally got carried away with Demonica and forgot to spin for the next emotion. So we're gonna do that now.
Okay.
All right. Oh, I accidentally left B3 in. My bad. All right. Next up, we've got. All right, we're sticking with the Bs. We got B1. We most likely will not finish this in this stream. We'll probably start this and continue it next stream. But our next one is this.
How long left on the stream?
I'd say about an hour. No. Wait, yes. About 40-ish minutes. In about, I'd say, 35, we'll start the artist stream, because based on previous, I know the artist showcases are now tending to run a little long.
Cool.
Granted, last time was a bit of an extreme case, but still.
True. I do think I might. I'm actually gonna do a quick preview while people are sending in while chat's sending in their character things.
Now, what character is gonna get stuck with B1?
Yeah. We actually do have ones from the past that people have specifically suggested for B1. That includes the Boiled one from Boiler 1 Phenomenon, which is apparently an analog horror series I'm not familiar with. And then Luna from Hell of a Boss.
That's kind of funny, actually, for Luna at the very least.
Yeah.
'Cause that's a very happy pose.
It's one that doesn't fit, yeah.
I mean, we also still have, B5 Dresden, so,
It's actually... So, like, B5 Dresden was one of the earliest ones I drew. I forget who the first one was. Actually, N was the first one. But B5 Dresden was really, really early on. And if you just like kind of compare Dresden to Demonica, there is a clear contrast in like there's a clear difference in, I guess you would call it skill. Or not, maybe not even skill, but like in rendering and in the way I've approached this. You can definitely see a clear difference between the two. It's fascinating, actually.
I will say we have multiple requests for Professor Marcus Plague for B1.
Okay. A row will be complete, though. Oh, wow. Yeah. This one will also complete row 1.
Bingo.
Which will be
Row.
which will be our first row completed, actually. We got some columns, but we don't have a full row. Interesting. We might actually be able to finish this by
December.
I want to say
2029.
I want to say September, but I don't want to. Maybe not. I don't know.
Let's see, what, 3, 6, what, 8? 8 left?
Yeah, I think we're down to 8. So that's 4,
Yeah.
5, 6, 7. Yeah, 8.
You get like 2 done, 2.5 done a stream, maybe?
Yeah.
So, like end of September, maybe.
Yeah. Assuming that it's the next 4-ish weeks straight. There's
Yeah.
always the possibility that something could come up that I'm unaware of. I'm like, oh, sorry, unfortunately can't do stream this week.
Or you decide to stream something else.
That's true. If there's another art contest going on. Though there's not any that I'm aware of.
Yeah, I don't know of any contests.
Yeah. I'm still... Actually, I'm going to pop over to the Make Originals YouTube channel and see if there's see if they got any announcements. I doubt it.
Is that the one that did? Is that the one for House of the Outlands?
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, it's only been a week, so...
I need to probably check it out at some point.
Yeah. It's really good, and like I mentioned in the start of the stream, none of the episodes are more than 2 minutes, so you can bang it out in like half an hour.
Yeah. Yeah, like I'm also like thinking, I don't know of any art contests. Granted, I haven't looked. Maybe at some point should just look for some, just to have fun.
Yeah.
But granted, again, with how much stuff I do get done.
Yeah, that's true.
I don't know. I'm thinking of probably trying to do a stream on Wednesday.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, I want it at the thing is, first and foremost, I want to get these videos done.
Yeah.
At some point, I also want to just do a test. You do a test for gaming, just to see how well that works and all.
I do want to do gaming streams. I feel like, for me at least, it's a little, air quotes, weird just because of boss level, but also
But yeah.
I would feel weird streaming on boss level without everyone else.
Yeah.
Right.
That being said, because we're sort of in an air quotes rush for time, I'm going to throw 2 minutes on the clock to get character suggestions in. Then we will vote. We will start on the sketch, whoever that may be. Actually, we might not even have time to start on the sketch. We might have to just determine it and move on to the showcase. We don't have too many this week, but just to give feedback and stuff. I know is going to take a little bit of time.
One of these days, I'm gonna get you, DMZ, and possibly Popcross to check out the Vampire series.
I keep meaning to. The problem is with things like that, when somebody recommends me something, I want to make sure I give it my full attention.
Oh yeah, I understand that.
So it's not, I'm not gonna put it on while I'm working on an artwork, because then my attention's split and I don't feel like that's fair. Not just to the creators of the show, but the person who recommended it to me.
Yeah. Plus they're like around maybe like 3 minutes, because they're kind of almost like animated music videos. So your attention is going to be kind of on the actual animation.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I watched season 1. These people need so much therapy, it's ridiculous.
Oh, yes, so much therapy. I love them, but they need the therapy.
You're making the couples from Twilight look healthy. This is not.
That's a selling point.
Making sure.
Dead. Jared,
Great,
kill me.
That's the second person I've killed the stream so far.
Time of death, 1:29 p.m. Pacific Standard Time.
That's the second person I've killed with a joke this stream so far. I'm gonna need a kill count by the end of this.
If you've seen Boss Level, you know I specialize in death counters.
Oh, my head actually hurts from that laugh.
Okay.
Sound like a hyena.
Yeah, Boss Level hasn't been attacked by any xenomorphs lately. Ben, you haven't sent any our way. We've been pretty peaceful lately. And when are we gonna play Phasmophobia VR on Boss Level? Most likely.
That nervous blasted it all.
Well, so Ben suggested it in the Boss Level comment section, and Nate has it on Steam or whatever it is. And me, being the stupid person I am, I'm like, don't tempt me. I'll play it for the views. And now I feel like I've made a commitment I don't know if I want to uphold. My guess is Ben will I feel like that would be a very good October video. So maybe around that time. Also, I'm A, kind of putting it off, and B, really don't want to play it during nighttime, so it would have to be one of the first games we play during a session. Because I can't. The original game would be bad enough. VR, I can't imagine VR being any better.
Probably not.
It'd be funnier to watch.
It sure would be.
Oh,
And
yeah.
what I think is going to be even worse is, due to the nature of how expensive a VR headset is, I'm going to be alone, and I'm not going to have help. But at the same time, I'm excited to try it out.
We're excited for you too. Just not the same way you are.
I'm very excited on how on what's gonna happen for the Thrillville one. I love the games. I remember having like the first one on the PlayStation 2.
Yeah, I remember playing it on the Wii.
I kind of want to replay it.
go for it. It's actually like I'm more in the passenger seat for that series, but it's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Also, what makes it so much better is now Tara and Lucius are roller coaster not only fanatics but also operate them at their job, so they can give us all the ins and outs of what we're doing wrong.
Yeah, that is something that's been really, I was finding very cool while listening. Things like, wow, this is how you would die if it went like this for real.
Just watch Final Destination. That's all you need to do.
I find it weird that is probably probably one of my favorite horror movies, and which is like also bad because there's definitely parts where like I'll have like the overactive imagination and worry about you know, the accidents, but that's somehow also one of my favorites. It is a very weird.
Yeah, I'm fascinated by that and the Saw series. I haven't seen either, but like it messes with me. But at the same, it's like a car crash. It's like it's so interesting, but also
Yeah.
Yeah, but you always
say I still can't drive behind a log truck.
I was going to say, you always know anybody who's seen it, because every time there's a big log truck or pipes or anything like a large vehicle going down the motorway or something, there's a massive gap behind it, and the cars don't go close, and you know everybody's seen Final Destination, and it's a no-go.
Yep. They've definitely seen the second one.
Yep.
I think I watched the first one like the day before I went on a vacation.
Did you go on a plane?
Yeah, I sure did.
Yeah, that's yeah, rip.
That was quite
Press
stupid
VP.
of me.
Yeah.
What else? When is the next boss level stream? That is a good question, Ark. We're trying to plan one out. We're actually also trying to find games other than Jackbox to possibly stream. It's very hard when I'm here at my house and because they all live together and I travel up there. So it limits the amount of games we can play when we're separated. And we only meet once a week, and we try to make sure we stay ahead of schedule in terms of content. So that's really hard to stream when we're together during that once a week. But we have it in the works. We're at some point gonna try to do it again because it's really fun. Yeah, but we just don't have a set date yet because obviously with jobs and stuff, work and everything, it's crazy to get 4 people together.
Lethal Company 360 is coming out in the next week or so.
Oh, that
supposedly.
might be a good one
So that might be a good one for you to not exactly jump on the bandwagon for completely, but you could play that no matter where you are.
That's
true.
That and I think we talked about Dead by Daylight with some friends.
Ooh, that was fun.
Which would be cool. Have any of us played the Assassin's Creed games? During lockdown, I think it was. I'm forgetting the exact year, but I tried. I did an extended series of streams playing Syndicate, which was fun. I never finished it. I never finished the game. It got a little repetitive towards the end, and also I was just a bit burnt out from streaming. But that's the only Assassin's Creed game I played. I know Tara played whatever the Greek one was.
Odyssey.
Odyssey, that was it. Yeah.
Yeah.
But outside of that, I'm not too sure.
I rented Odyssey once, and I was actually having a lot of fun. I think that's partially because I like a lot of stuff involving like Greek mythology and a little bit on history. I do really actually kind of want to replay that one. Any of the other ones, I don't know. I just really would want to replay that at some point.
Yeah. Duck scared quack quack.
Yeah.
Have we ever
Um,
played? What was it? Where Ark said something? I thought Ark did. Did I make something up? Oh, Minecraft. Minecraft might be a tough one just for the format of how we run boss level. I think so. If you've been watching, there's a couple instances where I've done characters on boss level. I feel like if we framed it more so like that and had multiple of us playing, then Minecraft could definitely work. It would just be a little tricky with 4 people. Well, if we were all playing together, maybe that could work. I'll run it by them. I think we need to like map something out, something special for that. But I could definitely. I mean, I would have fun doing a few episodes on it. And Professor Marcus Plague has won. Fittingly next to Duck Scare. This is going to be interesting. What does Marcus Plague look like?
Benny Sharp's strange cousin.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Yep.
That's empty. Where is it? There we go. Digital paintings, character design, original characters. There we go. Jeez, that took way too long to get to. All right. How much time we have? Okay. I'll give myself about 10 minutes to do this, and then we'll move on to Artist Showcase.
You know, there's parts of him that kind of like make me think of Aaron from Game Grumps.
Professor Plague?
Yeah.
You know what? You're right.
Yeah, it's like I think it's usually he usually has like a blonde streak, but there's that one kind of like pink highlight in his hair.
Yeah.
That for some reason it helps make it look like it's him for some reason in my mind.
Funnily enough, I was actually trying to go for a Markiplier look for Plague. It doesn't have like his iconic red hair and stuff, but like his more like long hair era. But no, you're right. It totally looks so much more like Aaron.
Hello there, my name is Markiplier.
Well, yeah, that's where the name came from.
Touche.
The voice, it was supposed to be a Markiplier X voice. It didn't work out too well.
Or it worked out really well, depending on how you look at it.
True.
I don't think any of my names has really been like, oh, I was thinking of like trying to be like connecting to this or whatever. I think the closest is technically Liz, because her name is Elizabeth or
Right.
Liz, and while she's not the one making the animatronics, she is in the same universe as our main animatronic narrator. So
Oh, yeah.
Basically, Professor Marcus Plague is Benny Sharp in a lab coat, a more visible stubble, and a mullet.
Don't forget the leather jacket underneath the
Yeah.
lab coat for something.
Actually, I'm glad you brought that up. I totally would have forgotten to draw that. Leather coat under lab. Okay. Okay, immediately. Have any of you do any of you know about Soul Eater?
I
Yeah.
have watched 5 episodes, and at some point I need to rewatch it, especially since one of the blogs I follow on Tumblr has been doing like Soul Eater AU with Hasbin Hotel. That
Oh, wow.
looks really, really good.
That's really cool. This is
Yeah.
I forget the character's name. It's the red hair guy. Maka's father. That's what this sketch looks like. What is his name?
I remember. I know who you're talking about.
It's
Leader. At least Google's like Soul Leader, red hair guy. Spirit.
yeah, that was it.
Yeah.
I'm trying to find a
Yeah.
picture of him like I guess swooning would be the right word because that's immediately what this looks like, but it's not coming
Yeah,
up.
no. I see what you. I could see what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember an old piece I made
No, that's...
that. No wait, did I do that? There was an old piece that I did involving. Spirits. Did I do it? Me trying to remember anything I've ever done.
I know that's
Hey,
Helen.
I've technically been making digital art for 10 years almost.
Oh wow, that's
give or
awesome.
take. Like all of it, not all of it is good, but it's definitely over time been an improvement.
I mean that's why we practice.
Yeah. Did I do?
Hey, welcome back, Nikolai.
Because also trying to. I'm trying. And to find that would be. How did I not do that? Granted, I'm also. It could have also at some random point just been deleted off of Tumblr by Tumblr.
Right, that's true.
Yeah.
Question
'Cause I
for the
can't get-
funny art guys. Have any of you read the Owl House fanfics lately? If you have, what is your favorite Owl House fanfic? I've barely given myself time to read. I don't want to say actual stuff because that
Oh,
makes it
actual
sound
stuff.
bad. But I don't know. Basically, I haven't given myself time to read anything. Is what I'm trying to say.
I don't really read that many fanfics. I only ever read like one my whole life, and that was like last night. Speaking of which, chat, what were you doing last night on the Discord? What were you
Oh my
doing?
god. Yeah, you guys, that was insane.
Yeah. I've not really when it comes to Owl House. There's one that I have that's a crossover with something that I've at least that I haven't checked out in a while. But if like the closest is any of Morning Mark's comics.
Yes. Okay. If
On-
those count, then yes, I have. I
Yeah.
follow him on.
Yeah, that's like social, yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, what I was remembering, I have a very old. I'm actually going to copy, and I'll just put it in like on the your Discord and just the old art in the art posts, and like, because I have a piece that I did where this was back being very much into Ruby, because this is like volume 4-ish time, I guess, where I just drew in the same piece Crow from Ruby and Spirit, because at the time, before all whatever the stuff happened, they had the same voice actor.
Oh, really?
And they also had, and also because, giant scythe.
Yeah.
This is very old, and
I like. It looks really good.
I was going to say, did I? No, I definitely still tried to figure out how to draw it, but did draw the crow scythe myself. But
Oh,
also looking
okay.
at some of this old stuff is like, yeah, wow, like this is a huge difference from what I'd done originally, what I do now.
Yeah.
There's a few in here that are like, it's interesting.
Yeah.
There's also been a lot of funny stuff, coincidence stuff I've done with technically involving voice actors. In 2017 I was really into Code Geass.
Ah, nice.
Yeah, and I decided to draw a gang as like a pilot in Code Geass and draw her a mech, which was just the Gurren because of the giant robot claw. And apparently the Japanese voice actress for Yang is the voice actress for Colin, who is the pilot of that mech, which is like, that's an interesting coincidence.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah. There was definitely a few others. The main other one was I watched a few years more so, haven't as much recently watched them. Watched the Outback Owl, who did a Madoka Magica abridged, and also we're doing some Monster Prom LPs. And they made a joke with Miranda calling her like something about like water Madoka or something. They were making like a joke about connecting them to Madoka, and I drew like a piece of fan art for their channel based off that scene. And apparently they share the same English voice actress.
I'm always amazed by the range of voice actors.
Yeah.
Speaking of fanfics, have any of you heard of the Loud House Revamped? It's the longest fanfiction ever with like 30 million words and apparently is wild. I feel like I have heard of that. I have no intention of ever reading it. Because I'm pretty sure it's not PG.
Yeah. Granted, well, I say yeah, but I have no idea what this fanfic is. So
Actually, I might be thinking of something else. I'm trying to remember the long. What was it? Type in letters, please. Longest. There it is. Longest piece of written media in 2024 is yeah, that's exactly what it was. The Loud House Revamped, over 35 million words and has over 2,000 chapters. How do you write something for that long?
I don't know. I'm currently technically going through it's technically a Warhammer 40k fanfic where they swapped which Primarchs became traitors and which Primarchs stayed loyal. So they're figuring out how the different characters would fall to chaos and not fall. And it's been an interesting, like, just seeing these ideas. I don't know some of these characters if they even exist in the actual canon. I'm learning some I technically only know because of if the Emperor has a text-to-speech device. So I'm like, oh, I kind of know this character, even if they've shown up like maybe once. So but it is an interesting thing, and that has been, it's like I think 80 some odd chapters currently, and and when I was like finishing one of the sections, they were like saying it was like done in like 2014, so it's been at least been worked on for like over 10 years.
Wow.
Yeah. Impressive work effort though. 100%.
Definitely. All right. That is just about our sketch for Plague done. Might go in and fix the hair later. Not sure. But we got down Harmony and Demonica, and we're starting on Plague, which is, he looks ridiculously goofy. I love it.
This might be the new Blushing Dresden. But yeah,
It's in the same column too, which is insane.
mean, there is a little. I think that's a little bit of a blush.
Yeah, there is on the original model. There's a little bit of a blush. So I just got to remember next week to add that. But overall, I think this is turning out really good. We just have a few more to go, and we'll be done soon.
Yeah.
But before we leave off, as always, we have the artist showcase. Let me just double check to make sure that I've already gathered all the ones from this stream. Up here, so. And, we can start off with those. First up, we've got, hide that. Okay, cool. Turn you on. Cool. All right, first up, we've got Awesome JJ Ranger with Nail Dwum, which I think I'm pronouncing that right, and Hrumph, HMMPH, costumes for elemental beings. So this first one's Naildum, and this one is Hrumph.
Nailed them.
Oh, didn't mean to do that. Naildum is a snail, and the costume I added inspired by Puddles of Void Mass from Roblox Pressure, and Hrumph is inspired by Ifestation from Roblox Pressure. I mixed up doors and pressure when I first sent this. Okay.
There was someone that did mention in the stream if we saw either played or seen anything for about pressure, if we had any favorite designs.
Yeah, in the Discord too, somebody was mentioning this. I've gone way too far. It definitely was not this channel. I don't know exactly where it is, but
it was in the general. I remember seeing it.
It was
a few days ago.
Okay,
but,
then I just scrolled right past it.
There was a spoiler tag on it.
Okay. There we go. Yep, found it. So, I haven't played anything, but I will say what I love about these pressure designs, and what I like about Hrumph is that like neon green and navy blue / black kind of color combination. It looks so good. And you did a really good job here, Awesome JJ Ranger, conveying that. It looks this might be one of my favorite color combinations. And then
any color combination where you can put like a bright neon color against an almost black works really well.
Yeah.
That and going off of this, same thing with a pink neon also looks really cool. But yeah, overall, really love these designs. I do like the eyes. Inside, I'm assuming they're eyes, but the eyes peeking through the locker here. It's a cute little detail.
They put Uzi in the locker.
It does resemble Uzi a bit, doesn't it?
The eyes, yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm also probably thinking that because their icon.
I was gonna say
is Uzi. So.
Yeah, I was gonna say I know Awesome JJ Ranger is a really big fan of Murder Drones, so that does check out if that's what they did. But yeah, overall, great work, and I can't wait to see what other monster designs my singing monster costumes you come up with. Next up, we've got from Ven. Repurpose some OCs that just existed. These Cerberish boyos might have a purpose now. Name idea / Oh, and then in a bit of a spoiler tag, they wrote about name suggestions. But also, what I'm noticing immediately, all three of them, different facial expressions, which is a nice touch because I could be misremembering. This might be just some interpretation of Cerberus and not like actual Greek myth, but I've seen a lot of art pieces where it's like Cerberus, but like all three heads focus on a different emotion.
I don't think that's like in like a lot of like unusual Greek stuff. I think that's usually because it's three heads. Why it should be kind of more unique for stuff like that.
That's very true. Yeah.
Like I follow like a comic artist that does a lot of stuff for that does a lot of fan comics for Godzilla. So each head for King Ghidorah is, well, two of them kind of look more the same, but Kevin is the only one that kind of has like a goofy expression. But yeah, with stuff like that, people usually tend to want to do it because, you know.
Yeah. Is that the artist that the meme is from?
I'm pretty sure the meme's from like How It Should Have Ended animation, but
Oh, okay.
I mean, technically, the name comes from an interview. I remember seeing this interview sometime after, or the Godzilla thing was that Godzilla movie King of Monsters came out.
Right. Okay.
So like they named the head, where they jokingly named like the two of them have like kind of normalish names, but then they have Kevin. But yeah, then that because of how silly it is, that comic artist made it funny, and then technically How It Should Have Ended for Godzilla vs. Kong did the joke where which head did you use? Because one of them is a bit hey guys, how's it going?
I feel like I remember that, but that's still brilliant.
Yeah.
All right. Awesome. Also, I did want to mention this. We got a little sidetrack, but I love the folklore type vibes, like the crosses for the belts, just the overall color scheme, but like the jacket and stuff, and then the little leg brace with the knife in it. The folklore like aesthetic, I don't know if that's right. I feel like gothic is probably a better word, but
Probably.
what I'm meaning is like this kind of style I really love.
Yeah. It also, I don't know why, probably just because I've had it a little bit on my brain recently also. It doesn't, I don't know, I feel like I would see these three in Guilty Gear. I don't know, there's something about the outfits that make me, for some reason, think of Guilty Gear.
Right.
I don't know if, I'm probably just, my mind just being random.
I'm
but
not
I do really
too
much love how this
familiar.
looks.
I'm not familiar with Guilty Gear, but
It's kind of weird. But I
Yeah,
kind of also
it's
kind
got
of
that vibe a little bit for Guilty Gear.
I was gonna say somewhere along the lines of like Devil May Cry, just like
that I
yeah.
also see.
That
like
too.
I'm not too familiar with, but that's just the feel I get, probably because of the red coat.
Yeah. No, I can agree with that. Like, it makes me think of like the fantasy that's used a lot of times when they were like pirates at times, like anime fantasy pirates. Sort of
yeah.
stuff. Like, honestly, I can probably see this also in like. Honestly, I see a lot of like people posting stuff for like Final Fantasy 14. I can see that as like a character. This as a character in that.
Yeah. It has that vibe, and it's a really, really cool vibe. But Ven also says the oldest one is the only one with a knife, because he will backstab you whenever he likes, literally or metaphorically. Oh dear.
Maybe he should be in One Piece.
it's fair. Typically, that's a typical older child thing. Pretty sure.
But yeah, awesome job, then. Keep it up. Keep up the great work. Now, this next one is a special case. It's from the Great Elder, and they say, I don't have any of my own fan art, but one by Apple Flavors of Clark Stevens, this one, which is one of the Great Elder's characters, and another one of my Discord friends named Captain. She did one of Randall Underwood and Daniel Overwood. And also, if anyone else wants to make art of any of my characters, I'd love to see them. So, for reference, this is the original character design. And then this is the art by Apple Flavors. Can you stop going full screen?
No.
And I gotta say, it's an awesome job. It's interesting. So what I really like to see, and I see this in all of our art too sometimes, is taking a character who comes from a more simple design, like a more cartoony design where there's less
Detail?
not detail overall, but more like I'm blanking on the right word, but like a not minute, but like I'll go with tedious detail, where like there's less smaller details in it, and then transferring that over into a style that does focus more on those smaller designs. And it's always cool to see how one translates to the other, and of course vice versa, taking a very overly detailed, not overly, but like highly detailed character and simplifying them down more.
That's probably also the word you were thinking of, like
Yeah.
When they're like more simple, where, because you know you're going to be drawing them a lot to animate, so you don't want like 500 details.
Exactly. It's exactly that one Popcross video from years ago where he broke down the different styles between comic books, 3D animation, 2D animation, all that kind of stuff. I think it was a Popcross video. I might be making stuff up.
I mean, this could also be a very old thing that some of us might not have actually watched.
Yeah, Popcross Studios, different styles. Okay. Oh, wait, no, that's a Find Your Art style. Oh, no. Did I dream this?
It could be it could be under Find Your Art style, because you would be talking about the simpler designs to the more complex designs between the changes in art styles from comics to 2D animation and everything else, for example, depending on your genre. If he did do it.
No, there is another one too. Tips for drawing or tips for designing an art style for a specific project. That's the one I was thinking of. And then he draws Thor and a bunch of different, like, for animation, for comics, for stuff like that.
Yeah, I quite like the fact that the design where they've redrawn it looks like it could fit in Goosebumps. Do you remember that doll from the Goosebumps films?
Yeah.
The face, the head looks like that. It's almost as if you'd like had that character in Goosebumps. To me, at least.
Yeah, I can see
quite
it.
Cool.
Yeah, I definitely see it.
I will say, I really do love, like, Slappy is the character you're thinking of.
Yeah.
I also will say that I really like the wrinkles in the suit, like where the creases and stuff are.
Yeah,
It's,
those
like,
are
great
hard.
detail
Those are hard
work
to
there.
get right.
And also, I am very jealous of that suit. I want that suit.
It's a very nice suit.
It is a very nice suit.
I like the added details, like the pocket and the watch, as well. So
Yeah.
like the suit's got some pockets. It's got some buttons on the collar. It's got a pocket up on the sort of like chest area where it's got. I'm assuming that's a pen in it. But it's all these little minor details that just take it from the design instead of being a straight copy to their style slightly, if that makes sense.
Yeah, exactly. And then the other one from Great Elder is another fan art of Randall. Oh, I'm gonna get this wrong. Randall Underwood and Daniel Overwood. So if memory serves correct, Randall is the demon, Daniel is the angel. And this is so left is original, right is fan art.
This gives me Good Omen vibes.
I was gonna say, yeah, it does. I didn't know if it was just the dichotomy between angel and demon, but yeah, it definitely does.
I think it's just the expression of, oh my god, what are you, kind of like unimpressed, what are you doing, with the casual, nonchalant, I'm sitting in your seat and on your desk.
That's true. What I really like is the, what is it called? Ink style of, I don't know, the cross-hatching. The cross-hatching, the use of cross-hatching here for shading. Because once again, that is a very hard style to get right in terms of shading. Because if you overdo it, it's going to look messy. But if you don't do enough, you're not going to get the amount of detail you want. But I definitely think there's a good amount of cross-hatching, or hatching and cross-hatching in here.
Yeah.
I also, so the perspective too, like what my eye is really being drawn to is Randall's wing, because it's drawn on an angle, but it matches that angle perfectly. It's not like it's front facing where the rest of him is a 3/4 view. It is a perfect inline draw perspective of the wing, which looks really good.
Yeah, it's a really good piece.
Yeah, overall very, very good. And also, Great Elder, congrats on the fan art. That's really cool.
Yeah.
Next up, we have Arc with the prompt that I gave them. And also, I believe the submission for your redraw, Dempsey. So first up, we've got a mascot for a, what did I say? Medieval theme park or amusement park. This guy's adorable.
That one's quite cool.
He looks very huggable.
It does.
Don't start this again.
Yeah,
Sorry, I know.
that was the theme of yesterday. Don't start.
I know. I was like, it's unfortunately the word though. But I love how the sign just says amusement park.
Chat, write
He
down
looks
in the
very-
comments which original character you would hug.
Yeah. It's got a rather friendly disposition.
It's friend shaped.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah,
If not friend, why friend shaped?
Yeah.
What's really giving the friend shape for me is not only the tiny wings in the back, but the sharp yet rounded teeth that it has, where it's beastly, but not in a way that's menacing, or not in a way that implies ill intent.
Yeah.
For me, it's the eyes.
The eyes too.
You could cover it up, and the eyes are just. It's that little eyes as in, what, me? Or you could almost put some tears underneath to make it doing the guilt trip. It's those type of eyes that are like, I wouldn't do nothing wrong.
I'm just
It
do nothing wrong, Lulu.
5 minutes later, you go up the amusement park, go down the slide to a cliff, and he's gone around the other side with his mouth open. Nom 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 nom. I wouldn't do it, honest.
This is quickly turning into a FNAF spinoff.
And then the second one that Arc put through was Nexum and Monica Child.
Oh, okay, yeah. This is my ritual theme.
Yeah, it's
I
really.
I haven't had all the submissions in yet, but yeah.
Yeah, it's first off, I give major props to the pose because it looks really good.
Yeah.
and
That
getting
is really cool.
and getting, at least for me, getting that leg, like one leg above the other kind of pose is really, really difficult. Especially with whatever leg ends up being in the back.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah, no, it's got a good balance. I like the incorporation of the combination of like the colors and the hair and sort of like the features from the characters. So you've got kind of like combination of Demonica's top with Nexum's jacket. You've got the device on the arm. You've got obviously the tail, but you've got the hairstyle, which is kind of like Demonica's hair color of Nexum's style, and then the eyes are kind of like the combination of the two as well.
Yeah.
Which is really, really cool.
It's such a, like, it's really cool. And I don't know what it is, but the orange, like, this shade of orange goes really good with, like, gears and mechanical stuff.
Oh yeah, agreed.
Yeah, it's almost got that copper bronze feel to it.
That might be what it is.
Almost like a steampunky vibe, but not quite a steampunky vibe.
Yeah.
Which is quite cool.
I think also it's giving me it's a little more red, but I guess like Generator Rex vibes.
Oh,
Yeah.
A little bit from
I can
it.
see that.
It's not the exact same color, but I think it's just that like warm color with the cool metal.
Yeah. Also the
No,
kind of like the sphere behind the hand, because that's almost, if you look closely at like the nanites in it, it's got that almost texture on that blue sphere
Yeah.
and shape. Except for it's just got more bubbly bits on the top of it, but that's really cool.
Yeah. This is all
Yeah.
really well done.
I do think that orange is very, at the very least, very similar to the same orange they used in Generator X for
Yeah.
when he at the very least when he would like, turn his hands into like the giant hand or the gun.
Yeah.
That was a good show.
Yeah. But yeah, awesome job, Ark, and good luck on the redraw. And then finally, next up, we've got a post for an art piece from Dempsey. Just a work in progress for an OC I'm working on for an art prompt, not finished yet. Still really cool. I'm loving how it's turning out so far. The hair, I know you've mentioned, Dempsey, that you're trying to work on hair a lot.
Yep.
And this looks really, really good, the hair. What's specifically for me, it took me a long while to realize you can have just like a really sharp line at the top of the head where the hair is. Like, that took me way too long to realize. And so, like, it looks really, really nice with that. I also love the blue to green gradient of the hair.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I got given the prompt of crystal for this, and they said basically not like create a crystal character, not like Diamond Head from Ben 10 or the gem characters from Steven Universe. The other aspect of crystal, like the science behind it, which was a really good prompt, but really threw me for a while. So the concept behind this, looking up the science behind, just a bit of background, the science behind it, is back in ancient times like Egypt and other civilizations, crystals were thought to be healing. So I've gone down the route of creating a character that can use different crystals to heal different types of people or animals or anything. But she's obviously back in like Egyptian times, hence you've got the big, like Ankh type staff, and then you've got there'll be patterns on the clothing and stuff for it. But yeah, I thought it'd be a completely different spin on it to do it. But yeah, I got given an art prompt by an artist on Instagram, and it's like, yeah, why not? I'll have a go.
That's awesome.
Be good practice.
I like like we were talking about with arcs, the leg pose. You have her on one leg, but because of the long skirt, I don't know exactly what to call it, but long skirt, like the other leg could very easily get lost. But putting it in this empty space here, to show it was a good idea because it could very easily get lost and come across like the character only has one leg.
Yeah, I did realize that after I put the clothing on there. I was kind of like, got the pose, got the leg, brilliant, got the motion. Looked at all these like old other art styles for like Egyptian style stuff on this like a reference board I've created. And then I was like, yep, I'll draw this style. These look cool, these split bits. And as I was drawing it, I was like, yep, and that leg's disappeared, so I'll leave that as a gap instead. It's like, that leg's clearly gone. She's got one leg. Ah.
One thing, like I probably also have done this before. She does have 4 ears.
Yeah, that's part of the design.
Gotcha.
She's not exactly humanoid in her universe. She's kind of like a beast character, but I looked at some beast references and I thought it was quite cool where they had the cat ears and they had the human ears. So I thought I could put gems on the human ears, which are a blue color, which you can probably just about see. She's got kind of like a set of earrings in, and then she's actually got the animal ears. I haven't decided if she's going to have a tail or not yet. That's the only thing I haven't added. If I do, I'm not sure where to put that.
Yeah, I feel like the composition is really good right now because your eye travels up this staff towards her face.
Yeah. See, there's only two ways I can think of the composition. The tail comes around the back slightly and is slightly faded, and then it comes up the back towards the hand. So it'll probably come out from the hand where it's holding the staff, go around the back of the character, and then just come back up towards the hand to point your eyes back up that way in like a loop. Yeah. Or it will maybe come behind the character and come around the other side of the staff to kind of like make a loop back to the circle part of the staff, and then you follow it back up. But that's later on. I might just do the tail out. It's behind you, you can't see it. That could be the other one.
Yeah. Overall, great job, and I can't wait to see the finished piece.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. But that is going to wrap us up for today's stream. I'd say we got a good amount done. Demonica was quite a detailed one, so it makes sense. We didn't get to as many.
Quite cool.
But I think it's, I don't know. There's something about it that my eye is being drawn to out of all the characters. It's interesting. Maybe it's because we just worked in that specific area of the thing today, but
I think it's the contrast between like the darker colors of the wings and the outfit, and then the horns and the skin, and then you got the bright reddy orange hair. That's like just a blob right there in the middle of it all.
Yeah, it could be that.
I also like the way it looks like she's lost the plot and Aaronfold's crying. He spotted her across the row and gone, "No, I've got to slay her now."
Yeah. But thank you all so much for joining. Tomorrow, as always, video. Wait, what was it? Yes, video at 4 p.m. Yeah, that's all we got. Take care, everybody.
See ya.
Bye, guys.
Later.